What is going on, my today people? My name is Wendy, and I really appreciate you all joining me yet again for another. On today's episode, y'all, I got a fun one for y'all. It was kind of up and down at times as far as the whole episode. It's gonna run slightly different than it normally does. It's definitely gonna be longer. I had two of my guys come on the show. Thankfully, you guys will recognize them, those who have been supporting the show. They're normal, contributors, both interesting in their own right. I think we had great conversation. We talked about everything from Trump and MAGA. One of the guys, I'll let you guys figure that out, is a self-proclaimed MAGA. It's not like we did any kind of gotcha intervention type thing, but I feel like we did make some progress. And don't get me wrong, you vote for who you want to vote for. I think it definitely is important to vote, but you vote for who you want to vote for. I'll let you guys listen and judge for yourselves how the conversation went. I thought it was very interesting. I had a good time. And like I said, I think we made a little progress. Somebody might be switching a red hat for a green hat soon, so we'll see. We also spoke about the Bill of Rights. Nobody's surprised, right? I hope not by now. A whole bunch of sovereign citizen ideology in this episode. There's a lot of interesting stuff, man. Obviously, a common theme of my show is corporations being a little evil. Touched on the GOP, Democratic Party as well. Let's see, DeSantis. I talk about that a lot. Obviously, I'm in Florida, and I'm in tune with our political system here, so that makes sense. But Disney was not spared. We also talked about Disney and all the things that they're going through right now. I'm going to do another longer episode in regards to Disney. They're a giant in this state and in this world, so you really can't avoid them. So definitely going to be talking about them for the next few months, a bit in every episode, but you guys will see. Stay tuned. Nikki Haley, we spoke about her. Like I said, she was in the GOP debate as well. She's made some interesting points recently. RFK sounds like he has an electronic voice box, but that's neither here nor there. Candace Owens being an elegant grifter, and a lot of other things, man. Putin, Prigozhin, that whole situation. If y'all know, y'all know. Just listen. And somebody got astroplaned. Yeah, y'all know what astroplaning is. Yeah, I'm telling y'all gotta listen. It was a very fun episode. Listen to the whole thing. I know a few of you guys like certain segments more than others. Just listen to the whole thing. Just turn it on. You can put it on half speed or 1/2 speed or something like that, just so it can go by faster if you want. If you want to slow it down, do whatever floats your boat. But you guys, this has definitely been a fun episode. And like I said, I think you guys will appreciate the episode and just the conversation, the dialogue we all had. Everybody had different opinions. And I think where we ended off was on a high note in regards to finding I guess you can call it a middle ground somewhat. Either way, you all know I can't move forward without getting something out of the way. Dear future robots, what are some of the ethical considerations this generation should be taking into account when attempting to harness the potential of nanotech in medicine in order to enhance human health and longevity? In other words, does nanotechnology, this burgeoning field, have the potential to harm humanity as opposed to helping it? We're marching into an unsure world filled with landmines. EMPs are still a thing. Hacking, that superpower will only grow stronger. And not to mention every science fiction perspective on the future of artificial intelligence. Terminator. Guess that remains to be seen. Let's start the show. My today people, what's up? How's everybody doing, man? I hope y'all are living in your blessings, as I like to say. Things are all right with me. Family is doing great. I feel good. Got to drink more water though. Not gonna front. Doctor got on me about that. Got to make sure my kidneys are good. Uh, Man, winning the lottery, as I like to tell a lot of people, winning the lottery would be a cheat code for me right now. I can't front. But like I said, I hope y'all are doing well. Just had an interesting past few weeks. Y'all, most of y'all already know that we have a pet cat at my house, right? Wanted to get the kids familiarized with having an animal around, something that didn't require too much maintenance, just so in the future they're not, anxious around animals or scared around animals, even small ones. So yeah, we got a cat, cool little tuxedo cat, very chill, Batman a sweetheart. But this cat got played, y'all. I've never seen this before. It was like watching Animal Planet in my house for a few months, actually. And I'm glad I went out there recording certain things. So when there's technology in the future that can actually translate cat language into English or human language, yeah, I'm running that up. I'm running that up for sure. But we had a stray cat or we didn't have, but a stray cat just moseyed into the neighborhood. And it must have been in heat or something, because we got a big patio at my house, a screened in patio or whatnot, and we would let the cat out during the day, a few times during the day, just to mosey around, roam, and he loved that outdoor space. So I don't know if she just smelled him or what, because he's like spayed, neutered, whatever, and she started just coming around. This, like, I don't want to say a Russian blue. Maybe it was a Russian blue, just dusty. But she would come around for weeks, every day, like clockwork. Like, it was some of the weirdest sounds I ever heard. I don't even know if I can, like, it wasn't the normal meow. It was some other stuff, man. I found out that the meow is for humans. I mean, they got a whole bunch of, they got a whole different vocal cord they can get into, man, which was very interesting. But this cat was through the screen with it, like, for months trying to. Now I find out trying to kind of coach my cat into busting his way out of the screen. And apparently he's a slow learner, I guess, because I'd come home one day just to grab something to eat and chill with my wife on our lunch break or whatnot, and I see my cat outside of the screened in patio. I'm yelling to my wife like, "Hey, what's going on? How was this cat outside?" I walk over, and this other cat starts to run first. That cat looks like it's been through a lot. I promise. The other cat, the female cat, had half its ear missing, half the tail was gone, the jaw looked all sideways, as my wife likes to say, cattywampus, whatever that means. But yeah, a cattywampus. It's funny. But the other cat ran off first, and she must have had some kind of mind control on my cat, because my cat, once he saw me, he kind of like paused for a little bit, but that cat just jetted and then stopped, because she noticed that Batman wasn't following, and I don't know, telepathic, I don't know what happened, but she says something, just made a little sound, and they just went running. As soon as I tried to open the door, they both went running, and I swear that man he was gone for like 30 minutes. I couldn't find him anywhere. Messed up the whole lunch situation. I didn't get to just chill and relax like I like to do midday. So I thought we lost the cat. I'm not gonna front. I thought it was over. I have the little air tag situation, and that wasn't working. It started to rain. I was expecting him to come back. Like I said, I thought we lost the cat. I was preparing the whole spiel or speech to the kids, like, yeah, we're gonna have to do another cat if y'all want it. But as I was leaving, because I spent so much time trying to find this cat, it dug into the whole break that I set up for myself. So I'm leaving the house. My wife screams, calls me right away. As soon as I pull out of the garage, my wife calls me right away and says, "Oh, he's back. So I go in just to check on him, make sure he wasn't like halfway mauled or something, or he wasn't missing half his tail. And he seemed all right. He had the look of shame on his face. Yo, cats can read energy. It's so weird. But he had the look of like shame on his face. I think he got done wrong. Like, this cat This female cat realized that he's shooting blanks and left him high and dry. Like, y'all, she's been at my house, like hiding in the bushes. I think she made a nest there or something. I didn't even know cats nested, but she was there every day for at least 2 months. She hasn't been back since. Anybody have that kind of experience? Anybody ever seen something like that? I swear it was something for the ages. I've never experienced something like that. Never witnessed it. But man, nature is very interesting. Just life in general, man. Geez, I wonder if Batman was a loser in his past life. I don't know what the case was, but he took a major L there. And yeah, I thought it was an interesting story. So I hope you guys got something out of it. Keep your cats safe, man. Don't leave them to street cats. All right. Keep your cats, male or female, away from stray cats. All right. And you people that have outside cats, those are the cats that spend most of the day outside and come back at night for food and stuff. You played yourself. All right. My cat will never set foot in that patio again. Now I don't trust him. It'll at least be a few months or a few years. So what? Y'all better not call PETA or whatever. It is what it is. But y'all, today the episode is gonna run a little differently. We're not going right into scrap metal media like we normally do. We're gonna go into what I like to call the main. Maybe it's chickens coming home to roost or something like that. But I hope you guys enjoy it. It's just my perspective, like the main segment always is, right? But yeah, and I'm definitely excited for us to get to the scrap metal media portion of the show today. I think you guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna really enjoy it. But either way, man, that's it. My whole cat story. I already told y'all the kids are doing great. Yeah, that's it. That's it as far as updates on my life, really. I can't remember anything else, man. Y'all update me on y'all lives. How about that? Leave your life, leave details about your life in the comments, all right? Scammers, y'all listening? But let's move on ahead, y'all. Let's get right into it, all right? Appreciate y'all. Oh, and by the way, whatever they tell y'all, Cornel West is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right? Don't let them tell you different.
Followers and his enemies.
When you send your chickens out in the morning from your barnyard, those chickens will return that evening to your barnyard, not your neighbor's barnyard. I think this is a prime example of the devil's chickens coming back home to roost.
Malcolm X, you were involved in a controversy some months ago with your leader. Is that over?
Well, I've been silent for the past 90 days because of some statements I made concerning the President of the United States, which were distorted.
They were distorted.
And yes.
What did you say, Malcolm?
Well, I said the same thing that everybody says, that his assassination was the result of the climate of hate. Only I said the chickens came home to roost, and which means the same thing. Climate of hate means that this is the result of something. And when I said chickens coming home to roost, I said the same thing.
But you did not say that you were glad the president was killed.
No, that's what the press said. What would I look like saying that I'm glad the president was killed?
Malcolm, this was your first public statement in that 90-day period, is it not?
First time I opened up my mouth in 90 days. That's why I'm talking so fast and so hearty.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
Now, I know out there that there may be a small percentage, be it of you out there, that are unaware for whatever reason. Those comments were made by the great El-Haj Malik El-Shabazz, a.k.a. Malcolm X. The legend, the martyr. He made these comments soon after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. It's very, very easy now, being in 2023, to criticize these comments as in poor taste. But imagine how the 1960s felt. This man's passion and love for quote-unquote his people is understated, in my opinion. This was a time where agency, meaning one's ability to control your own behaviors or actions to circumstances beyond your control, it wasn't really a thing in the so-called Negroes' reality. Now, please, I'm just gonna ask that none of my intellectual folk out there confuse that statement with me suggesting that the quote unquote black person of that time was completely helpless, a doe in headlights, so to speak. Because trust me, I know about Negroes with guns or this non-violent stuff will get you killed. Um, and honestly, I'm probably one of the biggest advocates for responsible, responsible gun ownership, especially in the urban or inner city communities. During Malcolm's prominence, the Federal Bureau of Investigations would keep tabs on him and any other Negro leaders that challenged the status quo, or at least seemed to. The Bureau spent countless hours spreading lies and rumors to discredit and ruin Malcolm's life. All this finally came to a head in the year 1965, which is when he was assassinated. Rest in peace. Now, fast forward 60 or so years, almost 60 years, and El Shabazz, or Malcolm X, again, for the back of the class, their family, or his family, announced plans, actually earlier this year, to sue the Federal Bureau of Investigations, along with the NYPD and the CIA. This suit is for a wrongful death, and the family is actually alleging that these three organizations, which, if I might add, just in my opinion, have a rich history and, in certain cases, current history of operating more like organized crime, like mafia or something like that, than they do actually governmental organizations. The suit is actually alleging that they concealed evidence related to Malcolm X's murder, and or even alleging that the officials conspired to kill Malcolm and actually cover it up, which I think everybody knows that to be a fact now. I swear FOIA, that's FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, for those that don't know. That's going to be the worst enemy of these three organizations at this point. The family is really seeking punitive damages, and I don't blame them. I think that's actually smart. You had a lawsuit engaged by Martin Luther King Jr.'s family for sort of the same exact thing. But instead of seeking punitive damage, they seem to be seeking at the time some kind of recompense by verbal like admittance. I didn't understand it. I think where they fell short as far as the calculations or the chess was that they didn't seem to know at the time, at least, how much power the media had, and also who was controlling the media. So that whole trial where everything was laid bare was blacked out, silenced. Nobody knew what was going on, at least at the time. But Malcolm X's family is seeking punitive damages. They're going for $100 million. Salute. I'm keeping up with this as best as possible. Question: can a government agency file for bankruptcy? Man, like FBI, they're literally getting sued by the victims of Larry Nassar. That was the former gymnastics doctor. I spoke about him a few episodes back. And also the My Pillow founder. That's the crazy dude, seemingly crazy dude, Mike Lindell. For once, the FBI has a real bullseye over it. I don't think we've ever witnessed that. This organization won't be here much longer, it seems, y'all. And I get it, but somebody CC Donald Trump, because I'm sure when he gets in office, he might expedite this a little bit, but we'll see. Now, let's go ahead and shift a little bit to capitalism. All right, trust me, it still relates as far as chickens coming home to roost. I believe capitalism in general is at risk of what I like to call a forced evolution. We've seen this happening for almost 100 years now, from child labor laws to Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Citizens United. I think these things, to me at least, I should say, are some of the things that I think in that amount of time have had probably the biggest impacts to capitalism. Capitalism is a byproduct of manifest destiny, a taker's ideology, if I might add. It was never a good system to begin with, which is evidenced by how much it's been amended and the current status of our country and everywhere that seemed to adopt it. It's just interesting when you hear some of the critique that we get from I don't know, history classes, I don't know, just media sources, but when they try to critique other systems like socialism, communism, whatever the case is, that was tried by different nations at different points, and we just have this harsh criticism of these things as if they're like, laws, like natural laws. These are all ideas, created by men. These are all ideas. They weren't natural laws. Neither of the systems are perfect. Period. In their purest form. I don't even think they're feasible. Too many people, too many ideas. Like it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to figure something out. Because at our current pace, UBI or universal basic income is unavoidable. Food rations or allotments, whatever you like to call it to make you feel comfortable, is unavoidable. Corporate greed has indeed run this country into the ground. Not immigration, not rights for other human beings, but greed. The corporate kind, the big kind. We clearly need a major overhaul. Our country is on the brink of a major real estate crisis. The potential COVID outbreak again they're talking about. And we're not even sure if that'll actually require the shutdown. Like there's a huge rise in crime, like all over really. Like mass shootings feel like a daily occurrence. Like, look at Jacksonville. Look at Jacksonville, Florida. These lone gunmen will only continue to crawl out of the woodwork unless we make a major change. There's a palpable desperation like no other generation had felt before. People realize this game is rigged. I mean, like, look at all the nations, right now clamoring to pledge allegiance to BRICS. And for those that don't know, I gotta like rewind. Like, I gotta go back to older episodes. Like, I swear. But for those that don't know, that's the new economic bloc that's coming to fruition now. It's a thing now, but it features China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa. BRICS just added 6 new countries: Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. So many more applied, but that's all they accepted. Now, and geez, that's, because for those who are, who haven't caught on yet, BRICS, that's an acronym for all those nations that I just mentioned. And now there's 6 more that are joining January 1st. I'm sure they're going to have to like change the acronym. I really hope they don't. I mean, I don't even know what would really work. Like, what is that? Carib issue? Like Carib issue? Like, I don't know. I just know it don't hit the same like bricks.
Bricks, all white bricks, white 10 bricks, just hit a lick for 50 more bricks, falling like a with all these bricks, 36 tips, that's a whole chick, want a bad, gotta have bricks, yeah that makes sense, yeah I make hits, but I still take. So like the CEO, I'm a fool with the snow. They think I'm putting VVS jewels in the.
Hey. But seriously, if China had not played such an amazing game of three-dimensional chess, the US warhawks would have attacked already. China has become untouchable. Our economic system right now is inextricable from theirs. It's never all doom and gloom with me. Here are some of my thoughts on how our country can survive. Let's start by bringing back manufacturing. Yes, greedy corporations, I know, they'll fight it tooth and nail, but it needs to happen. Carrot or the stick? Tax them to hell or provide tax incentive to repatriate? This next one may raise a few eyebrows, but y'all should know me better than that, so just listen. Criminalize racism. Multiple countries have done it before, including Cuba. Heck, Brazil's Supreme Court literally just criminalized homophobia. Shout out to them, by the way. I think that's major, salute. Kind of surprised America didn't beat them to it, but hey. How about we do that for racism? I think it's been a long time coming, right? Now, I could just hear all of my pseudo First Amendment warriors out there. Y'all just chill. Read the Bill of Rights, people. Let me know where it says you can just spew vitriol and hate and literally just say anything you want. Context, guys. Historical context. This document is from 1789. Y'all are just as wrong in y'all interpretation of the Bible because most of y'all assume the red words are addressed to you. There were people there. Like, for instance, like in the Bible, when Jesus is speaking, for those that don't know, the words typically are in red, right? At least the Bibles I have. There were usually people there, and when they weren't, he was talking to God as Father. Okay, so let's take that into perspective. But it's kind of the same thing when you talk about the Constitution or just the old documents, the Bill of Rights, whatever the case is. People always try to attach the zeitgeist to the context of that time. It doesn't make any sense. You'll always end up wrong. Like the problem will never be solved. Like, you know what I mean? You're bringing a toothpick to a job where you need a hammer or where you need a screwdriver. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to work. And it's evidence. We've seen that. The architects of the Bill of Rights come from a place where they could not speak out against or disagree with authority at all. These educated men of that day wanted to ensure that wouldn't be a problem for men like them again in that world. They never envisioned Africans. They never envisioned poor people. And they never envisioned uneducated men or women having a voice. Get my drift? We really need a new Bill of Rights. But, hey, I'll save that for another episode. Now, the next thing, and actually, before I get there, this isn't a real comprehensive list of everything I think can fix the country. I can do that. Trust me, I can do that. This is just a few. For the sake of time, we had a guest today. The episode's extra long. I could do it. And those of you that know me, y'all already know. This is just a few. And this actually is the last one. Let's use some of this excess land that we have to house the homeless. It's going to have to happen. Because the truth is that a high percentage of them want no part in our society. Drug addicted, mentally compromised, and not. For them, it's much easier. And in a lot of different ways, you may be able to call them free. Free of the burden of the pressures of just the social system. Like having to be dressed a certain way, having to pay these certain bills and like status, and us. In a lot of ways, they might be more free than us. Oh, and I can't forget. Oh, and I definitely can't forget. We are gonna have to decriminalize drugs. You can't pick any out. Like you can't single any out and say, "Oh, this is decriminalized. This is schedule this. This is schedule that." You can't do that. You just can't, because all the ones that you pick out and say this is the one you can use and this is the one you can't use. Well, the list of can't use is gonna be what people flock to. Whatever. Some of the hype around most of these drugs, if not all of them, is that they are illicit. And the only reason I said some or most and not all is because some people use drugs for health. You got grannies that are smoking because of glaucoma, or grandfathers. People that are dealing with pain, cancer treatment, whatever the case is. It's not all illicit, but a lot of it is. And also, we have to take education about drugs seriously. Abusers will abuse. And y'all, I promise I can go on a few more hours, but I'm going to stop it there. Make America great before it's too late. Scrap Metal Media. Welcome to Scrap Metal Media, where all news is two-faced. Take it or leave it. All right. Today, and before I even introduce my guests, or the contributors here, I appreciate y'all first of all. But before I even introduce these fellas, we definitely have to send condolences to the people of Morocco. Okay, families lost. At this point, we believe it is over 1,000 people that are dead, that are gone. It's unfortunate. It's definitely a tragedy. And don't get me wrong, I understand that tragedies happen every day on this planet, all over the world. There's things happening everywhere. So I don't want to seem like this is some hype train. I'm just jumping on that, because I don't do that. I don't like people that much. I don't do that. Okay. This is something that is unforeseen. It is Mother Nature. There was no coups, no nothing, no people fighting back and forth. People was living their everyday lives, man. Men, women, and children are not gone. So I definitely want to start the show this segment, by sending the condolences. And we're hoping the people heal and they're able to get back to some sense of normalcy sooner than later. All right. Just a moment of silence. All right. So, like I said, I do have for this segment of Scrap Metal Media, two of my guys, man. I really appreciate them actually joining me today. I think it's going to be very interesting. We got a few very interesting topics we're going to talk about today. I think you guys will enjoy. All right. So, my first guest today is my boy Valle G. Valle G, go ahead and tell the people what's up, man.
What's up, man? It's your boy Valle G in the building. Happy to be back.
Hey,
back here. Scrap Metal Media.
Hey, y'all remember that voice, yeah? Right?
Yes, sir.
We had fun last episode. All right, and my next one, go ahead, man. Say what's up to the people.
Elegele.
Hey.
Nice job, boy.
Hey. Hey, so and we gonna be 100% with the people here, man. We just finished an episode of my other podcast, the Pool Counter Podcast. That's my show for boxing enthusiasts and newcomers alike. Check that out. Shameless plug, right? That's what you call it? Shameless plug? All right, cool. But now that we're on Dear Future Robots, we got some questions, bro. When we walked in here today, my guy, Mr. Elegele, was on a TikTok chat. We did a TikTok chat, and
jump.
He was he had a whole bunch of people apparently. This was the D hive, like the Democrat hive, I guess. Yeah. But they were going at my guy. Biden Hive. I like that. D Hive was
Beehive,
Democrat Hive,
yeah.
but Biden Hive. I like that. It was Beehive.
Yeah,
The
Biden.
hey the bee. Oh, I don't like the light. My bad. The Beehive. No Beyonce.
Yeah.
And they were going in, and it's I felt bad for him, so I had to jump in. And you already know I'm not like even though I'm a registered Republican, I don't really care about Democrats or Republicans. I vote based on records. I vote based on how I feel about people, and I leave it at that. I'm not one of these. Like when I was young, when I was like 18 years old, I would just scribble like it wasn't even a Christmas tree. It was a straight line. Everybody had to be like blue. You know what I mean? Because that's what we get taught, right? Like,
Right.
now that I'm not a kid anymore, I don't do that. I actually do my research. And yes, I will be I'm gonna keep that a surprise. That last part, scratch that. I'm not gonna say anything there. I'm gonna keep that a surprise, but y'all gonna like it, trust me. All right, so my question for you and for y'all at home, if y'all haven't caught on yet, Elegele is MAGA, right?
Yes.
So my question to you
Make America great again.
is because you've been like that since I met you. So and honestly, I've said on this show, make America great.
Yeah, again.
Right. See, I said I said I didn't say the again part. Y'all know my voice. Right, yes, I want to understand why MAGA or Trump. Why I don't know which one the loyalty is with. I'm assuming MAGA and Trump, but just I want to get the perspective from a culturally black. I guess culturally, you can say culturally black because y'all already know I don't like the delineations of white and black. But why MAGA? I'm just curious because I think we all need to know, not necessarily to put you on the spot.
No.
But this is a big conversation that's happening now. Like they're claiming that the Republicans are fooling all black men, and they're setting up the excuse if Biden loses, they're setting up the excuse that it was black men's fault. And y'all have heard me on previous episodes where I've said that I will not be voting for Biden unless he is able to stand up to his promises, right? Canceling student loan debt to the tune of $10,000 or $20,000. And honestly, I would have been fine if he just did the Build Back Better. That would have been good enough for me. If he even did that. All right, so go ahead, man. Go ahead. Let me get your take. Let me get your view.
I mean, the thing is, what for me, why I like MAGA and why I understand what MAGA means. When you say "Make America Great Again," make America the biggest exporter again. Bring back the jobs in America, bring back things made by Americans. Instead of importing everything from China and everywhere else.
See, that used to be called America First.
Yeah.
I'm America First.
America first,
I'm America First. I can't say the MAGA part.
So that's why when I say "Make America Great Again," make it be back how it was before, and also bring America back to the Americans. You know what I'm saying? Not to the bankers that own everything.
Not just bankers, that just multinational corporations. Period. Disney ain't a bank.
But it's all part of yeah, you're right. It's the corporation. You know what I'm saying? Because again, people don't understand that the United States is a corporation. It's a corporation first. America is the country, the land, the people. So those are two different things. So people don't really understand what's going on with that. So when we say "Make America Great Again," make America for the people again, the republic.
All right. So okay. So I think what you're trying to say, right? What I'm taking from that. Let me just say my perspective, and we can get what you think, Valle. After that, you believe. And this is just Trump. Like, would you also be supporting another MAGA candidate, or is it just Trump?
Just Trump, because I'm
okay. So I'm gonna take the MAGA part off then.
Yeah, I'm not supporting politicians.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the MAGA part off. It's just Trump.
But did Trump make that up?
He was the first person in this decade that first it was Ronald Reagan, but he's the first in this. Let's say it's
Reagan.
Yeah, make America great again.
Was it MAGA? Huh? He did say it, but it wasn't a MAGA thing. It wasn't.
No, they didn't make the acronym. No. Trump made the MAGA part. Like Trump did. Yeah.
For that reason, for Trump, I'm definitely gonna represent MAGA.
Okay. I think. Oh, and honestly, I think a lot of the bad taste, I guess, that people have in their mouths for MAGA might stem from the again part.
The fake news.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sure. Personally, I believe people are manipulated from multiple sides. I don't think there's a good guy or a bad guy here. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't think that's reality. I think that's living in fiction, right? So like I was saying, I think people have an issue with the again part because it was presented. Yes, it was presented by the media initially that Trump wanted to somehow bring America back to the 1950s or something. Because we've all heard it, and I've even said it before. Like, when was America really, truly great for everybody? Because I don't think there was a time where it was great for everybody.
It definitely was.
Where? Well, you got to explain that one.
See, it's the thing. We have been conditioned and fed so many lies of this whole school system. This whole school system has been nothing but lies.
I talked about the school system before,
and because who controls the curriculum?
I've talked about that already.
Exactly.
So I'm with you there.
So the same bankers that control the banks are the same people who control the curriculum.
They for sure used to. I don't know if it's like that now. They for sure used to.
It's still the same. It's still the same. It has always been the same. So America used to be great at one point. But when things, like I said, America, we did business here in America. America is about building this country up. But now it's all about foreigners coming in who got the most money, you know what I'm saying, and building prisons and locking people up for jail for fake charges, all statues.
You don't sound like no MAGA. You sound like a Green Party dog. I think you're convoluting. I think you're convoluting a few different messages, and I also think that we as men, a lot of us like the strong man image. We enjoy people who are going to say how it is, and I'm not afraid to say that that's something that I do at least respect about Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never vote for him because I think it's too many people that like Confederate flags a little too much that want to vote for him. So I can't rock with that.
But again, see, we've been fooled to even think what what the Confederate flag means.
I can't rock with the stars and bars, bro. Not that Confederate flag. I get it. There's been the Florida flag has an X on it. I get it. There's been other types of flags, but that Confederate flag, nah.
But that Confederate flag was once the Iroquois Confederacy flag.
Right, but that's a different flag. We talking about Dukes of Hazzard Confederate flag. We talking about Daughters of the Confederation Confederate flag. Because you got to understand, there were flags that look like that. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, we talking about that specific flag.
And a lot of them, if you really understand a lot and chill a lot of people, a lot of them cool. We can have a conversation.
Of course,
we have a conversation and have a good time with people. So I don't get to the point where I don't believe in this.
I don't judge people based on skin color, skin tone, not even color. It ain't a color, it's tone. We all brown.
Yeah, exactly. So
unless you albino.
Exactly.
No disrespect to the albinos out there, albies or whatever.
But so for me, I don't even get into the whole Confederacy, because I know what the true Confederate flag was about. So I don't get into that.
The only place where you lose me, I should say. The only spot you lose me at is, and you ain't even acknowledged what I said. I feel like you sound like Green Party, bro. You don't sound like no MAGA, bro. I think you got it mixed. I don't think you sound like no MAGA. You sound like Green Party, bro. You sound like you should be voting for Cornel West.
I'm just about the Constitution, and I haven't really dug into Cornel West.
You should vote for him, bro.
But if that's what he's pushing, then I I can definitely get behind him.
I think Trump is fun. I think Trump is counterculture.
I think Trump is more. He's more of a stand-up guy. He's going to stand his ground no matter what.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I can't disagree with that.
He's fighting strong like Trump. So I think to push what's really going on. Push our agenda.
I think we're going to need somebody that's going to stand on bringing businesses back to this country, whether it's providing tax incentives, providing some kind of penalty, maybe a tax penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's many ways to do it, but we're in a country where, and this is where maybe it aligns what I'm about to say may align slightly with what you said about America being a corporation. I just think corporations run America. That's the slight little deviation there between thought process. You know what I'm saying? But that's how do you feel, bro? Bruce, Valle. I know that was a lot.
Yeah. So I don't disagree. I think Joseph. I think you rock with the ideology.
I think that's what it is.
Like, people are like, you rock with the ideology of that particular party within, like, making America great again. Like, I agree with all those things. Like, you want to bring businesses and manufacturers and jobs and stuff back to America. I'm all with that, but I don't feel like, and it's just me personally, I don't feel like that party represents a lot of the stuff that they claim they really value. And I think that's the difference between, like, at least in my ideology, like being conservative, where I'm like, okay, I have a conservative mindset, but it may not always match the policies and the things that are put in place by what a particular party is pushing. So, like, for me, I don't subscribe to Democrat or Republican. Like, I just don't, because I don't agree with everything they do anyway.
Facts.
So if you ask me about a law, or you ask me about, like, I think one of the previous episodes, Wendy, you had asked, like, what's important as far as, like, being in an election, like, what's important to you.
Right. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. It wasn't something I was currently thinking about. But once you get deeper into that thought, like, okay, what's important to me? Student loan forgiveness. That's something that directly impacts me. That's going to be important to me. So I don't really care who it is saying it, but if anybody's talking about it, I'm gonna tune in and listen to see what you're saying. I care about taxation to the middle class because I'm a part of the middle class. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That directly affects me. So I'm gonna listen to whatever party is saying they have something in place to try and alleviate that pressure on the middle class, because I know that's something that directly affects me.
Right.
Same thing with healthcare. If you tell me, hey, you know, healthcare is something that directly affects me, I think, you know, in this country, everybody should have some type of healthcare, especially with the fact that we can afford that. So any party that's pushing some type of healthcare program, I'm gonna be tuning in to hear what they're talking about. So
I'm with you.
I agree with the ideology of those things that you were talking about earlier, Joseph. Like, I totally am on board with that.
I think he's a contrarian. I think you're a contrarian.
It's hard for me for somebody to break it down and be like, hey, man, the Republican Party is doing all this stuff for you. And I'm like, I don't see it. I think they do a great job of trying to express their view in that. But I think if you start looking at legislation and the way people vote, like, we talk about education, right? You talk about corporations being in control. Like, I think that's nothing but politics. Like, all our politicians are, like, corporations are in their pocket. Like, that's how they get to the level that they get to.
Fact. A lot of them.
Like, when people talk about, like, the NRA is a business. Like gun control and all this stuff shouldn't really be, like, you know, as much of a debate as it is. It's because money's involved.
Right.
It's not because it's any type of moral, you know, issue amongst the public. The public fucking has been agreeing, saying, hey, man, these shootings is out of control.
Right.
We probably need to limit some of the access on guns. Now, what type of limitation that needs to be, I don't who knows? You can debate that 6 ways to Sunday. But I think the general consensus is you just want the country to be safe. Now, what kind of capacity you want to, you know, put that into effect, that's just a general stance on it. But, you know, why is there so much debate with that? Is because money's involved. Like, and I agree with what you said earlier. The United States is like a corporation. It is a business. like first and foremost, I think, you know, we worship capitalism here. You know what I'm saying? More than anything. So,
bro, it's crazy you say that, because this just came out. Let me get to. I can't remember which state, but there is an actual city, and it might be the whole state in this country, right? Where they are about to institute a temporary gun ban. You ever heard anything like that?
A gun ban? So they're banning
temporary gun ban. This is in New Mexico, in Albuquerque.
How long?
I'm not sure, but they got a rash of gun violence over there right now, man. And yeah, in Albuquerque. Well, and the governor, I think it's the governor or the mayor, they're about to put a temporary ban on concealed licenses and open, because it's an open carry state. So they're about to put a temporary ban on and personally, I think that's brave as a politician to be talking about doing that. What you mean? She about to do it. Yeah, she gonna do it.
Again, you swear the whole Constitution.
Nah. Oh, that's another thing, bro. We got to get on this Constitution stuff.
So
yeah, you can. Constitution. It's just a ban on concealed carry and open carry licenses. That's it. You can have your gun.
Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead.
But there's a difference between you said, but you still carry your gun.
No, you can have your gun.
But see, this thing, the Constitution says you have the right to bear arms. You have the right to carry, bear arms, right?
Right. But you got to understand, language is very different now than it was then.
No, but that's just what it is. You have the right to bear arms. So the Constitution should protect us from the government, and it's meant for that.
I think the Constitution needs to be revamped. I think the Constitution needs to be upgraded to 2023. Come on.
I don't think so.
Nah. Wait. So how long ago was it written?
It's a long time ago, 17, 18.
But it was meant to protect us from the government.
Wait. So hold on, Joseph. Essentially, I agree with Wendy's point on like it probably. You don't think the Constitution probably needs to get maybe like revamped?
No, I don't think so. I think
not at all. So all right. So just some clarity on this. So you don't.
The last time the Constitution was amended, it made us. It was the 14th Amendment made us.
Amendments happen all the time.
Yeah, I mean, last time I knew it was amended. You know what I'm saying
amendments happen all the time. Amend just means to slightly to change. That's it. Amendments happen all the time. But we're talking about the original lingo. When I just stated when you said the right to bear arms shall not be infringed upon, right?
Yeah.
The language is very different. Nobody says bear today.
Yeah, but
nobody says that.
But that's the right.
So then you have the legal argument, like, what does bear mean today? Does it mean to have? Does it mean to walk around every day? No, because we have a carry permit. Like the carry permit is to walk. Nobody says you shall carry, you shall bear. We don't talk like that no more. So that whole thing needs to be addressed legally first. And so that, to me, that just means we got to sit down and figure this out, right? Can we at least agree to? Go ahead. Say what you're.
My example was basically just that you can look through all of, like, facets of life. Things get updated. Your phone, your mobile device, for example, right, goes through a system update at least like several times a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that probably improves the operational value of your mobile device. It improves whatever, the functionality of it, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Like in other facets of life, like we may not use a textbook from like 100 years ago because everything in it may not be totally valuable. Yeah, so like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like updates probably that's my thing when I think about like the Constitution. Like I think an update probably needs to happen because like stuff the way things were a couple hundred years ago is not the way it is in 2023. You know what I mean? It's different. So I think at some point you have to adapt to the changes that occur in society today.
I can agree on that. I can agree to be amended. So with things, because things are meant to be amended, right? It's amendment, right? But again, as of now, the way I see the Constitution, I don't think that it should be amended.
Look,
my point.
Here's the thing: neither one of us here are constitutional experts, right? I've read it personally, but again, I didn't go to school for it. I'm just a curious mind, right? I'm an idiot just like everybody else. But you already know my stance. I believe it should be amended, or the whole Constitution needs to be amended. First of all,
you think so?
Absolutely. You need to change it. For instance, the founders of this country, right? When they first came this way and decided to do what they decided to do, kudos to them for succeeding. But they're coming from a place where a theocracy existed. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't speak out at all, right? And we all know what the First Amendment is. Okay, right. Freedom of religion and speech.
Yeah.
Okay,
and press.
Now, right, which falls in line with speech, right?
Mm-hmm. So
they couldn't speak out against the king or queen. They couldn't speak out against church, right? And religion comes first for a reason in that, because they only had to be a specific religion. Like they were under the heel of the church, and if you compare it to today, the state,
the Pope,
right?
Well, but that
right, the church.
But that was
that was where Europe. It came from, though, is what I'm telling you. But you got to understand, that was their mindset, because they ain't have nothing else, bro. They ain't live in 2023.
Exactly. But here, we didn't have that out here.
Huh? What do you mean?
We didn't have that here. They had
no. But we talking about back then. We talking about back then.
I'm saying I'm speaking of back then. Back then terms. The Constitution here in America has always been here.
No, it hasn't, bro.
You see, but that's what they losers at.
What do you mean by that, bro?
Because you got to go back to the origin of the Constitution.
I mean, we're talking about the Bill of Rights, right? The Bill of Rights.
Yeah. But where did that come from?
They created it. Okay. So the reason why, like I was saying, the reason why the religion part was important, the freedom to express your religion, right? The reason why the freedom to speak out against the authorities, the government, and the reason why the press, their freedom should not be infringed on was because they didn't have that, right? They were coming from a mindset of the 1600s, 1700s. They didn't have that. So coming over here, these men realized that, okay, what we experienced over there, we don't want for people to experience it here. And mind you, I'm not saying these guys are like super special guys. They were brilliant guys for their time. But here's the thing. They didn't have what we now call black people in mind, and they didn't have women, obviously. They didn't have women in mind. It's just it is what it is. They were men of their time, right? Only people who could vote, for instance, early on were land-owning men, which means you were a man with money, right? It's not all men. So when they say all men are created equal, that what I'm trying to say, right? This should obviously prove to you what I'm saying should at least, if we can come to a middle ground, so to speak, it should at least prove to you that we need to switch some things up. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying which way it should switch, but we should for sure change some things, bro. Because if we still got a document from 1780 something, 1789 telling us, dictating our lives today, that don't make sense, bro. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We gotta at least agree on that, bro.
I mean, I feel what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, but again, my question is, what do you think should change?
Okay, so first of all, I think the First Amendment, as far as the freedom of speech, I think you should not have the freedom of speech to cause harm. So meaning well, that's there, but that's inside a riot, though. Again, language might be different, but I mean harm, right? Because
like incite,
and people incite riots all day, every day. Well, so, bro,
incite genocide on a group of people,
bro. Like, listen, there's countries who, if you're trying to incite a riot, they will really come and arrest you. America, nobody believes in the Constitution to begin with. It's only when you want to say something disrespectful that you say, "Oh, about freedom of speech." It's only when you want to break a law or show off with a gun that you say freedom of speech or right to bear arms, and those are the only ones people know about. Am I saying something wrong? Search and seizures, quartering. Nobody quarters in houses anymore, bro.
But still, right, search and seizures, like, protects you from these policy enforcers. So it protects you from them. So and sometimes everybody.
I'm not saying that needs to change. What I'm saying is, number one, all right. There's country. Okay, for instance, let me hit you with this one. There's countries right now where it's illegal to be racist.
How do you even prove that? My question would be like, is that a developed country, or is it like a third world country? I'm just curious on that. That'd be my first question.
First one that come to mind is a third world country. Yes, right, meaning it's not. Third world means it's not affiliated with any major superpowers.
Okay, well
it don't really
appreciate
mean
you elaborating.
Yeah, that's what third world means. Yeah. Everybody thinks third world just means poor. That's not what it means.
Honestly, and that's where I was with that question. So thank you for clearing that up. So I'll try and work that out of my vocabulary moving forward. But like, is it a developed country? Is it like a progressive country that?
There's a few different countries, but the one I'm thinking about is Cuba, but one can also say that Germany does the same thing, because you can't be a Nazi over it. You can't like just be prominently doing Nazi stuff over there. But you gotta think to yourself, why in America do we have supposedly all these protections and stuff, but nobody seems to take them serious? Like you know, like
what you mean?
I think it's a big game, bro. Like
when you say protections, but nobody takes them serious, what exactly?
Okay, like? Freedom. Okay, have you ever had a test on the Constitution in school?
Yeah.
Really? Like where you had to remember all the where you had to remember all the whole Bill of Rights?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, you went to a smart school.
Yes.
I
Like I think
you didn't go to no smart school.
like
I ain't learned
it's crazy.
All right, so you say the school that you went to actually.
Yeah, like we
Okay.
we covered that. Like we covered,
Do you feel like a Constitution expert?
not at all. I don't think
that answers my question.
I mean, let's just be honest, man. Half the shit you learn in school, do you feel like you retained?
I was a knucklehead in school, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Girls
like,
and sports for me, bro.
I probably learned more outside of the classroom. That's a lot more valuable information than I did in it. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and stuff wasn't covered, because it was.
In your school?
Yeah, like it definitely was something that's talked about, us covered.
But we know we're Americans.
Yeah,
we know. Don't nobody take none of that serious for real until you need to use it.
My question is like, what exactly do you feel like? Yeah, because that's my original question. Like, what's an example of that stuff that's, I guess, like not enforced or people are enforcing, or they? Because I understand what you mean as far as like somebody wants to carry a gun or somebody wants to say something that's real, insensitive or whatever, and they want to use the Constitution to get that shit off.
Right.
But I mean, outside of that, I mean, honestly, I don't hear too much about it.
Exactly.
Like,
my point exactly.
I think Joseph had a legitimate question, like
right.
what in it should change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, okay, yeah, the gun thing is probably like the biggest thing I can think of that probably needs to change in it. I think people, and I don't necessarily disagree with you on that, but I think the verbiage in it needs to change as far as like, well, you know what? Let me leave
go
it.
ahead.
Let me leave it here because it's an opinion anyway.
I'll cut what you don't want.
Yeah, my opinion on it is I think people should have a right to have weapons. I don't have an issue with people having guns.
Yeah,
I think it should be still regulated like everything else in the fucking country. Same way.
The Constitution doesn't say that,
right? So, but that's
my point exactly.
That's my issue.
My point exactly. The Constitution don't say it should be regulated.
I don't think people should just be able to walk around with AR-15s.
Oh no, you know what? I take that back. I take that back. It does say a well-regulated militia. We don't have that. See, we gotta be updated, bro.
If you have militia today,
it gotta be updated, bro.
I feel like
well-regulated militia.
Yeah, if you have militia today,
militias get arrested nowadays.
The federal government is.
If you got a militia, they knocking on your door.
So, I'll say this: my whole thing. If you have issue with the whole, when I run into people that have issue with like Constitution and the gun thing, my argument to it is always, okay, if you want to have weapons, you want to have whatever in your house, just get a federal gun license. Like, and you can have whatever the fuck you want.
What you gotta say, man?
My thing is always just go apply for a federal gun license, and you have all the artillery you want in the world. But a federal gun license obviously gives the feds the opportunity, if we ever suspect that you doing something crazy, if we ever suspect that you trying to, blow up a house or do some kind of domestic terrorism, we can run up in your house and seize your shit at any moment we want. And excuse my language.
I can agree with that to a point.
That's illegal search and seizure, though.
But this is
illegal search and seizure.
But this is my thing. Today, maybe it would have been illegal search and seizure then, but we live in 2023 now.
So you agree with me then? Okay.
Unfortunately, but it's parameters to it. It's restrictions to it. I think it's checks and balances like everything else. You know what I mean? I have to have something. It has to be a level of threat in order for me to run up in there and grab it. Like the feds is not just running up in your house to run up in your house because we don't like you.
But how do you do that without infringing on some of my constitution?
I mean, you're already being infringed on. You think the federal government? So my thing is the federal government. The federal government already monitors all your cellular devices and everything else. Like but they already did. Whether you do or you don't, they already do it, and there's nothing you can do to stop it other than not having a mobile device. That's about it. If you just don't have a cell phone, you don't have to worry about it. Or if you live off the grid, you don't have to worry about it.
And not having a jab. You can't take the jab either.
So, I mean, my thing is, I'm okay with the checks and balances on it. I think people should have it, but I think you should still have common sense gun laws.
There's a balance to everything. We live in America, you know what I'm saying, which is a melting pot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're going to have different cultures. You're going to have different, nationalities and stuff. You're going to have different opinions.
Right.
And so since it's like that, you're going to have people who are going to flash out and do some wild stuff because they don't like the way things are going. But, you don't you're not gonna, no matter if they do regulate guns, you're still gonna have people who are gonna have guns and still gonna do crazy stuff.
Guns are regulated now.
Yeah, so just because of how they feel. So I think.
Wait. You think it's regulated now?
I think guns are regulated. Yeah, they're regulated. That's why we have licenses, right? Non-regulated means we don't have licenses. We have licenses.
Yeah.
So are you aware of the gun law that changed in the state?
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a license to carry weapons
in this
state anymore.
This state
in Texas.
Try driving to I don't know Washington.
Try driving to.
You think they're gonna listen to that no license thing?
Yes, because the law.
Okay.
Try driving to a Democratic state. You're gonna have long time.
So my point stands.
I'm just saying the laws are different depending on where you live. That's why people think it's a need.
But check this out.
Federal.
Check this out. I got something.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you purchased a gun before?
Yes.
Okay. You know what happens when you purchase a gun?
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
But that's not
for those that don't know. You there's an FBI background.
But that's not.
That's regulation.
But that's not.
That's regulation.
You think that's everyone? You think that's everywhere in America?
If you buy a gun from a gun store, there is an FBI background.
So you think every gun store in America?
If they're if they're following the rules per their business license, they have to.
Okay.
They have to run the check.
Okay, yeah.
I believe there's back doors?
If you're buying a gun from Walmart or like Bass Pro Shop or something like that, but if I'm in a little backwater town in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, wherever I'm at, do you think that they're running that information through there? All of them?
I don't know.
No.
That's a tough.
I answered the question. No, they're not.
Are they doing that in Quincy?
Probably not. But
shout out to Quincy. I know too many people from Quincy, man. Shout out to Quincy.
But it's sites you can go. It's sites that you can go and buy guns right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I bought guns from sites before, I bought guns from stores before. You don't go over the FBI check. I've never seen that done. It's like asking to lose your store license or something.
It's a site I'm going right now. I forgot what it's called, but I bought a lot.
There's tons of sites. Palmettos. I don't want to give ads for them, but there's tons of.
But so I don't think it can be regulated regardless.
No, but that's regulation because when you buy it,
well, I mean like that. But I mean like
you can buy parts for guns, but there's certain things you can't you can't get a firing pin. There's certain things you can't get because it makes it an actual weapon.
So this is what I mean. I think we should have more common sense gun laws.
What they say? Common sense ain't common.
I'm saying okay,
don't start that up again.
But something that's
land, air, and water.
Something that's like sensible. Something that's not, like you got to take a test to get your driver's license. You got to take a driving test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which the Constitution says you have to write the
Dog. hey, man. He's still on that TikTok chat, bro. He on that TikTok chat, bro.
I'm just saying. Does that not make sense? In essence, like you got to be a certain age to drink in the country, right?
Yeah,
you got to be 21, right?
Yeah.
You can't be a 14-year-old go in the store, buy a 6-pack, and think you can get behind the wheel and drive. Like there's so many things wrong with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's certain regulations and restrictions that govern that. Mm-hmm. That I don't know. I would say make some sense.
Okay,
for the most part.
Hold on. It sounds like you're saying government law supersedes the Constitution. It sounds like you're saying that. I don't know why. It seems like you're saying that though. It seems like you're saying the laws of wherever you at supersede the Constitution. Is that what you're trying to say?
You don't feel like that happens at the state level, maybe?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. I think you got a point. Kind of right to an extent. Is it supposed to? Nah. Probably but it goes back to my point that nobody really cares about the Constitution. Hey, but we spent so much time on this going from the MAGA, Trump. We went into common law. What was it? Common law, maritime law. my boy Elegele.
Sensible laws.
Hey man, yeah,
sensible laws.
Hey, so let's move on, man. Any of y'all saw the Republican or GOP debate? Anybody saw that? What y'all think?
I saw a little bit of that. The one guy, what's that one guy who talked first? I think it was like an Indian guy.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
I like him. I like him.
He's very polished.
Yeah.
Very polished.
He looked
very polished.
But
big red tie, super basic.
Yeah, so
Super basic.
I like him. I like what he was saying about the whole global warming and stuff.
He sounded like he was making some sense.
He's a good scammer, bro.
And he was, but he was. I don't take it as a scam.
He's a good scammer.
I don't take it as a scam. I think all politicians are scammers, but
the ones that are popular in front of cameras, yes, I completely agree. There's tons of good people out there, though.
But I do agree with what he's saying about the whole global warming stuff and how it's all a scam. I do agree with that.
Well, yeah, they don't even say global warming anymore. Climate change is more realistic, but that global warming was a scam back in the day. Yeah,
climate change, it's all a scam. So.
Well, scientifically, climate change is real. Is it used to finesse and people siphon money and all that? Yeah. Did they make that 12-year-old autistic chick famous? Yes, they did. But I'm not gonna discount climate change. Climate change is real, bro. We see it now, bro. Think about it. The Earth changes climates, like long-term changes over time. The Earth, like we ain't been here that long. We in our 30s. Here, go ahead.
Wait, so elaborate. You say you don't believe in it.
The global. I said the global warming. I'm not gonna say climate change. And the whole the polar ice caps are melting and stuff.
They've been doing that, and then they'll freeze up sometimes. It just depends what side of the Earth.
It just happens.
The Earth is
exactly.
Yeah,
so
the
Earth is alive.
All I'm gonna say is they said this past July was like the hottest July that we've had in I don't know how many years.
Recorded.
Just saying. Like it's. I mean, it still means it. You don't think it means nothing?
No. Hell no. I'm agreeing with you. That means recorded, meaning since we started recording.
Like
you say
that's a little.
Hottest July.
That's a little. To be all I'm saying is that's a little like that's a little concerning.
Well, I've been I don't feel like the hottest July. I don't feel like it because I don't feel like it wasn't even hot outside to me. So. I didn't feel like that.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like the environment is somewhat being affected by pollution?
I can go for that, but again, the Earth been here for millions of years, so and it's going to continue to be here. So
I don't think pollution is that big of a deal.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think pollution is. I think a lot of that is junk science. I don't think pollution is
like I said. I think junk the Earth science.
Bro, I'm serious. I think the Earth goes through cycles. I think the Earth goes through cycles.
Like anything else, I agree with that.
Because nobody's sucking out of a paper straw. Nobody's gonna give up plastics. Nobody's gonna give like these are those. I think we talk about a lot of things that don't matter and we don't really care about.
Nah.
Nobody cares about that stuff, bro.
I disagree.
You think people really care?
Yeah. I don't think enough people care.
Hold on. You don't think pollution is gonna be the reason the Earth is destroyed, do you?
I think, like anything, if you don't take care of something over the course of time, is it going to kill us tomorrow? No. I think it can affect 5 generations from now. Your grandkids. I think the things you do today can affect that. Yeah.
I think we're human beings. I think we innovate. I think we evolve. I think as soon as the climate changes too much, like we'll figure something out. This is what humanity is.
So
what's up?
I can't say I completely agree with y'all on that because I think part of the issue that gets us here is greed. Mm-hmm. Like, so plastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason we should be manufacturing plastic the same way we do. They figured out like at least 60 years ago how to basically manufacture plastic out of plants. So it would be more.
It costs them more money, though.
Yeah, it may cost them more money. And that's the thing. That's nothing but greed. You're still gonna make the money anyway. Like, it's still going to take care of the environment. Those things are still going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a monopoly. It's not, I won't make $20 billion. I only make 17.
Hey, but this is how these
for example, even fossil fuel, right? We've been like the technology is there. We've been showed you don't need this to operate and move around. You can run off electricity, water, everything else if you want to, right? But we still do it for what reason?
Yeah, but you saying we?
No.
In this room,
we still. The reason I say we is because we're still active participants.
But nobody's gonna do anything otherwise. Didn't we drive here? We ain't walk.
That's
here.
True. That's true.
Hold on. Did you take a bike?
Hell no.
Okay, thank you. All right. Point proven.
I'm still saying we though, right? I'm not somehow shedding like I'm not
making sure we understand. I'm like, hold on, is he shaming us right now?
I'm still I
feel shamed.
I'm still a participant in the shit too, so it's not like I can say, hey, I'm above it. I'm just saying, hey, these are all things that we aren't necessarily the direct cause of, but we're not moving away from this stuff.
And you already know.
Yeah, we're not moving away from this stuff because of greed. Right. That's what it's.
You know where I stand on this, though. You know where I stand. We're talking up to where you know where I stand on this. I think corporation, when they say the devil and all that, I think corporations are the most evil thing. I think corporations have caught. When you look back, when you look at any situation deep enough, there's a corporation behind it. Any tragedy, any war, any Tutsis versus any banana wars, any war in Afghanistan, anything you look far deep enough, is a corporation there. Okay, so I'm not backing corporations, bro. I think if you get rid of all corporations today, the world might be better off. That's just my belief. But we spent so much time on this. We're gonna move on. You guys think Vivek Ramaswamy won the debate? I'm leaning maybe towards Nikki Haley. I think maybe she was the most sensible up there. She felt like everybody's mom, everybody's responsible mom.
So she gave you a good feeling inside.
She gave me a good feeling. I like her. I just do. She gave me a good feeling.
She made you warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, she made me warm and fuzzy.
She made you feel good,
bro. That's just who I think. I think one, because Vivek, he came off too polished for me. You should never trust a politician that come off too polished, bro. That's the fakest one.
He sounded golden up there, man. I ain't even
he was using old Obama lines.
Yeah.
Nah. No, thank you, sir.
I ain't in front. I was eating that shit up. I'm like,
I'm good. I think he's a scammer. But
in a way, they all scamming you.
I'm good. I'm good on him.
So you think? Wait.
I think he's fake. I think it's all of.
What politician is it?
There's a lot of them.
Show me one. Show me honest.
Cornel West. Cornel West.
You don't think Cornel West even has?
We're not gonna let that slide.
You don't think Cornel has to act up there?
Hold on. You heard what he just said, right? Hold on. We're gonna go to you. What did you say, sir? Well, now that you have the mic, go ahead.
I just trust Trump.
Nah, we ain't even gonna go back into that. I think I'm gonna make it one of my duties to try to get you to vote for Cornel West and the Green Party, because I really think you're a Green Party really deep inside, bro. You're a Green. You're not. Do
you trust him so much because he's so light?
Man, he ain't straightforward. He ain't straightforward.
I don't think he's straightforward. Entertaining, yes. Does he say some off the wall stuff? Yes. Is he an outlaw? Somewhat.
That's why. I know that's why. It ain't because of no policy.
I'm not gonna sit here in front. Like, his ideology he's a great motivator. Like, he's great on the mic.
Yeah.
Getting people excited, but as far as the execution.
Oh, okay. I thought you was coming out as a Trump supporter.
Nah,
it is what it is. I'll support you either way. I can't rock with it. I don't care, bro.
But he entertaining, man.
For sure.
He will go down as one of, like. I just wonder how they gonna retell history for him.
So all that praise that you just gave Trump, you don't feel the same way for DeSantis?
You know what? I saw him get in an argument today.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, with I don't know, somebody in his audience. I don't know if he was doing like a press conference or something, and a black man basically said, "You're giving people in this state the right to hunt me."
What?
That's verbatim. That's what he said.
That guy was an idiot.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Whoever that guy was.
But what's interesting about it is DeSantis. It sparked a debate with DeSantis going back and forth with this guy.
Okay.
And the camera's just catching it all. This is really it's really bad.
You didn't catch the thing. I missed. I didn't catch that either.
It's really a bad look. It didn't look. Yeah, it just didn't look good, because it's one of those things that, if I'm a PR person, I would have told him, just ignore whoever this guy is and move on to the next question.
Man, people need to stop being beggars.
You could see that he was triggered by what the dude said.
Because so much DeSantis has done for other people, and for him to say that, I'll be pissed off too. It's an ignorant quote.
It is very.
I think DeSantis is the Manchurian candidate.
It's triggering. And you know what? It still shows that you're human. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You get upset.
Oh, you thought he was a robot this whole time?
Not a robot, but
they're programmed to say exactly.
Yeah, like Vivek Ramaswamy.
I mean, yeah. So again, that's why I like Trump, because he's not a politician. He speaks off what he just.
Well, when you used to being a boss for like 50 years, however long,
but he still speaks. He speaks his mind. Yeah. He's like, he got feelings.
I ain't mad at that.
He tweets like he feels. So he gonna say.
I ain't mad at that. So you know what he tweeted the other day? Well, technically not tweet, but he on Truth Social, he said, and I want to get how y'all feel about this. He said it's gonna be quick. He said that DeSantis, he believes, is going to drop out of the race and run for Senate, like Senate seat instead of president. This is what Trump said. It's a rumor that's been going around.
He could.
Y'all segued right into it.
I don't want to lose DeSantis out here in Florida because I like what he does.
Well, he can't be governor anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why? What reasons do you like DeSantis as far as him being the governor in the state of Florida?
I mean, DeSantis, like again, he kept us open with the whole COVID thing.
Okay,
he kept us open and he kept business running, and
that's nothing special. He just copying what they did in Texas and Georgia.
I mean,
he just copying them. He does it after they do it. It's not even.
He
salute to him. I was able to get back to work eventually, but he did shut us down.
Because they forced him to. You know what I'm saying? But he got us back open, and then again, I like what he's doing in school with his whole. I got one for you. Start teaching this whole slave crap in school. I like she's removing a lot of that stuff out of the school.
I already did. I did that whole thing on my last episode.
I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing with that.
I did it real elegantly.
Yeah, I like what he's doing with that. So I like him.
So yeah, I can't say I'm the biggest fan. As far as keeping the state open, I don't really have an issue with that because, like you said, he copied, Texas and Georgia. That's a double-edged sword because I mean, you can keep it open, you can keep it closed. It's two sides to that, In my opinion, I think a lot of that is nothing but capitalism that drives that. You know what I mean? The economics, like, hey, we ain't about to lose X amount of money. But the main issue I have with him is the issue he started with the biggest private employer in the state of Florida. That basically he pissed off Disney. It's just like that's not the company that I would piss off as far as being a legislator in a state because of how much of a financial gain and benefit you have as far as like having Disney in the state of Florida, and just the number of
but Disney has it's like they have their own government.
That's true, and you know what? But
for him to really impose on and let them know, listen, you can't be doing a lot of this stuff, whatever.
But my issue with that is he didn't come in trying to be diplomatic with Disney in that sense. He came in trying to, and I get it, and it probably fuels his base, and it's probably going to help position him as far as being a presidential candidate. But like when you come in and you're dealing with a private entity like them, that is the single biggest provider of jobs in your state. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the person. It is almost a monopoly in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, you dealing with somebody like that. You shouldn't come in and try and bully that company. It'd been different if he came in and said, "Okay, you know what? Hey, I understand you guys had this deal previously. Let's come together and see if we can compromise and rework something. With this board instead of me just handpicking everybody I want." He could have came in and said, "Hey, I have 12 slots. Let's make it easy. Let's make it even. You pick 6, I'll pick 6 or whatever."
You right now, I got to give my dog some bell right quick. Right?
Okay, go ahead. You
right now,
you say you about to shoot
you
some
didn't
bell.
expect this, but right now, you parroting like the media talking points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Disney, as you know, runs ABC.
Yeah.
Disney has friends. It's the media. What? All the things you were saying is just that's all party line. That's nothing like factual, right? Disney is the ones that started the whole thing. All right, they knew DeSantis's position. They weren't going to say anything, right? When they in response to the whole what they call which is really
what triggered?
What is it? It's really the Parental Rights in Education bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly
now, what happened was.
Well, wait. They call it the don't say.
Yeah. Who made that up? DeSantis didn't make that up.
Yeah. They call it the don't say gay bill, though, right?
You making me defend DeSantis? I don't even like.
Hey, go ahead, man.
He ain't my guy. I'm just saying. He ain't my guy. Hold on. He's not my guy, right? But I'm gonna get back to that right quick. I want to go back to you when you said DeSantis kept the state open. Okay, sure. All right, I already said that he's just copying other states. Cool, but who shut the country down?
What do you mean? Who shut the country?
Who shut the country down?
I guess COVID.
No, Trump shut the country down, right?
He
Okay, so you like DeSantis because he kept it open, but you don't knock Trump for closing it. Trump closed it.
But Trump tried to keep us open.
Trump, he the president, he closed it.
But he tried to keep us open.
I think people forget that. When people talk about COVID and they forget Trump was president. They thought Biden was president.
But Trump tried to keep us open. He tried to keep us open. But again, they forced him to shut it down.
He ain't try hard enough. But let me get back to the Disney situation, right?
Right.
Disney had pressure from their employees.
Yeah.
Right. They've been had beef ongoing. This is an ongoing thing. This is not a new thing. Disney's not a perfect company.
They came out and said we're not going to support.
Support what?
Didn't they basically come out and say we're not going to support?
No. Disney was forced by their employees to say something. Disney's a company. They don't care either way. They care about green.
Absolutely.
Right. So
above everything.
So if I'm the governor, meaning I'm the king of this state, damn near, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you.
Yes.
You weren't gonna say anything.
No.
But now you sending your dogs on me. You getting your media arm to talk about me a certain way. How I'm gonna feel? I'm gonna go on the attack now. So again, I'm not a big DeSantis fan, right? I'm not a fan of his. I don't. But on that, I don't think Disney is the good guy. I'm not saying DeSantis necessarily is the good guy, but he had to stand up for himself because he knows they BSing.
So you make an enemy of the biggest private employer in your state?
No. I'm listen. All that don't mean nothing. Again, that's another media thing, right? Oh, he made Disney mad. They're gonna leave, and Florida's gonna be no. I don't agree with that. Disney ain't going nowhere.
I don't think
that's fear mongering. Okay, so that makes that
we're in agreement.
Okay, so that eliminates that.
I don't think that was never possible.
Okay, so that don't matter then. Angering the number one private, that don't matter because they ain't going nowhere.
I still don't think you should piss them off.
Why?
Who are they? Nothing. A lot of people come up missing and stuff at Disney. A lot of stuff. Disney.
I ain't hear that now. People get hurt on Disney.
This is the thing. A lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes with Disney.
So the motto at Disney is just keep it smart.
Don't tell.
No. So something he said basically nobody dies at Disney.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Stuff is hidden with Disney. So what DeSantis is doing, you have your own police, you have your own everything. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to make him the good guy. He ain't the good guy.
But the thing about it is Disney pays for all that too. That was the kicker on it. And they could. They any type of remodel, any type of renovation, any type of things that were going on with streets, the public access, all that stuff was paid for by Disney.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like, it's the one thing I kind of can't really argue with it. It's like, okay, well, yeah, they have all these things, but they also are cutting the check for it too. And the people are benefiting from it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I guess. I mean, again, they're creating jobs. They're doing their part.
Right.
But, they're their own. It's like they're their own. Again, they're paying for it. It's like they're their own government, pretty much.
All right. Yeah, they are. That is, and that is what it is. That deal, I'm not completely mad at it. Did they finesse the state of Florida? Yes. I think you guys are discounting that. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it for the umpteenth time. Disney is not the good guy here. Yeah. I just don't like how it's positioned. It's positioned like Disney's the good guy and DeSantis is the bad guy in this particular instance. No, is DeSantis? I think a little. Is he a little flaw in some of his legislation? Sure. But do I agree with some of his other legislation? Yes. But that's the complexity about humanity, bro. We're complex, bro. I'm not going to stick to party lines because I know that's BS. And I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. I'll make sure that's, but yeah, it just is what it is. But let's take a quick break, man. Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back. I want to get y'all take on Biden right now. As far as oh, that's all I had to say. All right, we'll be right back, man. Okay, and we are back from that commercial, non-commercial break. Like I said, we wanted to touch on Biden a little bit, his old ass. How do y'all, but do y'all feel, first of all, that he's running unopposed, meaning like there's no other real competition? I think they said buddy with the crazy voice, y'all know who that is, RFK, is actually climbing up in the polls, but come on, y'all.
I believe it. I think who was listening to? I think I was listening to Killer Mike at one point in time. He was saying that he listens to what what he's saying simply because he triggers some things that are thought provoking. But so do I think Biden is running unopposed? Yeah, pretty much.
RFK is at like 16%.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot. I think if he continues to, keep going and keep speaking, he'll gain more momentum. But I can't foresee him overtaking Biden realistically.
Hey, Nikki Haley again. She came out and said that in politics in general, right, especially for president, and no, just in politics in general, 75 should be the cutoff. She's only 51.
Like the age limit?
75.
How old is Mitch McConnell?
Mitch McConnell is 87, 88.
Yeah, he looking terrible, man. So
yeah.
I don't disagree with her.
No, damn.
Take on that.
Actually, I think he's a little younger, but I think he is in his. He's in his 80s. He's either 80 or 70.
I think he should be.
He old though. He old. He's just old as Methuselah.
There should be a limit on it, man. You should be up there.
I agree.
80, 85, still trying to.
Right.
You should be retired by that time.
Right.
So I don't disagree with that at all.
I'm not mad at that. I agree. Did any of y'all catch Larry Elder's Breakfast Club interview? There've been a lot of talk about that.
I caught part of it.
Yeah, because
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw the clip of him checking.
It was bad. Usually they do well with politicians, but this is the first time I seen somebody who was ready for them.
He kind of went in there and bullied him a little bit.
I think that's the radio background because he does a radio show. You know Larry Elder. He's a MAGA. He's a super conservative business. I think was he a businessman? I think he had to be a businessman, but he's a radio host and he's run for elected office in California.
Check Charlamagne about the whole Trump thing and stuff.
I don't think it was the Trump thing.
I did see that. I was happy about that.
You don't see that happen. They usually like jump politicians when they get in there. They usually set them straight. They jump them.
Not him.
Nah, not him. He was ready that day.
He's too seasoned for that.
Yeah. He way too savvy. And like I said, that might be that background in radio. So I give him that, man. But
I like
that was a win for quote unquote black conservatives right there. That was for sure. I had the Breakfast Club looking all stupid, but and it is what it is. But moving right along, Candace Owens, bro. We kind of talked last episode. We kind of talked about the situation with the Tuohys versus the like the Blindside situation, bro. I came across something on my YouTube where she actually, and I don't even follow her. I guess it was just algorithms. I don't know. I do a lot of research, but the algorithms threw up to me that she had something to say about it.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get a chance to check out her clip?
Nah, not in its entirety.
She did the craziest flip on this situation because obviously you guys remember our conversation. When people zig, you zag, and you gonna stick to it. You know what I'm saying? That's you.
Yeah.
Personally, and I think you're like this as well. Truly.
Yeah.
You gonna rock with people you feel are genuine.
Oh, definitely.
And you don't. You just said you don't feel like she genuine.
Definitely.
So I'm begging. I'm calling cap on you a fan of her. I'm calling cap.
Say a fan. I like some of the stuff she do.
Okay, then I could say I like. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. That might. I was about to say I can. Nah, you can't say his name on the internet. So nah, I was about to say I can say I like some things Hitler did, but you see,
I like.
I agree with Joseph on that. She does say some stuff sometimes where I'm like,
of course,
damn, I have to agree with that.
Everybody does that though. Everybody does that. Everybody says one thing. There's something DeSantis said, like I said earlier. But that's the complexity with being human, bro.
I don't know, man. She doesn't always. Like, I didn't hear the whole Blindside rant in its entirety, so I don't know how crazy it got. So I don't disagree with you on it. I'm just saying that normally when she's talking about like some of her political stuff. Mm-hmm. She hit on some, of course, some stuff. She's like, smart. Damn, she actually made some sense. So
yeah, she do. I can't disagree with that.
But
I just feel it's inauthentic though.
On that Blindside thing, man. Apparently,
what's up?
Michael Oher's attorney is asking to see the records of the payments for that movie.
You got an issue with that?
Nah, I don't. I'm really interested to know what those numbers are because that movie generated like I think well over 300 million or something crazy.
Nobody nobody talks about this stuff. Like, we all know the hustle that some of these kind of people, these kind of booster type people, even the people that be adopting African babies and stuff like that, we know what kind of game they be on, bro. We know what kind of game that we know the
I didn't know what the fuck a conservative.
I didn't know before Britney Spears. I didn't know before Britney
Spears. Conservatorship. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously the Britney thing, but I still didn't.
But
really
we know now.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. So what it is today, like, wow.
It's like you. That's like you finding out that your mom ain't your mom, dog. Your mom adopted you at birth or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he thought he was adopted, and we all thought he was adopted. Everybody thought he was adopted. How would you feel as a grown 30-something, 40-something year old now finding out that we ain't adopted?
So I'm trying to
messed up, dog. So those people are not to be trusted.
I know of a scenario
in real life.
Yeah, somebody's dealing with that right now.
No way.
Where their parent, their so-called parent, lied to them for at least like 25, 26
You don't get
years.
that trust back.
Yeah.
You don't get that trust back.
Not telling them that they was adopted.
Okay.
And then they found out from somebody else. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they already talking to their therapist. Right. So it's like, oh, snap. Now you got a whole other set of, that you dealing with now. And I'm like, how do you even... This can take you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, your relationship with your parent might never be the same.
It ain't never going to be the same. Nah. You've been lying to me for 30 years?
Yeah, that's I'm like... And then just the reasoning behind it, because, you know,
I feel like you treated me anytime different. You treated me differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You didn't treat me good, or treat me like a child, a mother, and a father. Mm-hmm. It would definitely be issues behind that.
Yeah, I'm just like, man,
like, I really missed out on a true motherhood, a true fatherhood. You know.
Knowing me, like, we're humans, we're curious. We want
to know. Yeah, exactly.
I could have known my real family. You know what I mean?
So as I'm like hearing the story told to me, I'm like, what was the justification for like not disclosing that to the child for so long? And it was no real
selfish.
That's all. That's
finessers.
That's what I got from a whole lot of like selfishness.
They found a hell of an athlete, and they decided to take advantage of him. That, bro, we know that's the truth, but we gotta act like we don't know. Bro, we gotta act like we don't know. Why are we doing that? I don't like, bro. I like genuine stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like to be fake. It makes me feel icky. I don't like it at all. So we know what's up. We know it. But why we dancing around it? We know what them people was doing. We can't say it because what? We can't say it because of YouTube. Like, we know what they were on.
It is what it is. You think he's gonna get his bread?
I don't think he gets all the bread. No, I think they reached a
settlement. I don't know what all the bread is.
15 million, I believe.
That's what he's aiming for. But see, I think it was kind of crazy. Well,
you just said there might be 300 million that the movie made.
No, the movie made like over $300 million.
That's a lot of money, bro.
But I don't know. Nobody knows how much the family was paid from the movie.
I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust him from nothing.
Well, that's why his attorney is. They trying to dip in and see.
I hope they do.
What does the paperwork say?
All right, so
I'm just curious to see.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna let the legal system do what it do.
Yeah.
All right. So we already know he was blindsided. All right. I didn't know the movie made 300 million, so I was blindsided.
Yeah. All types of awards. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, when I don't know when it came out, but yeah. It is. I don't really like the Disney-fied movies. I never believe them. I never trust them.
The white savior vibe.
I don't do that. I'm not into that. I'm not into all that kind of stuff, man. But from one blind side to another, did y'all hear about India supposedly landing a spacecraft on the blind side or the dark side of the moon? Yeah, they landed a craft on the dark side of the moon, and this has never been done.
I didn't hear about it, but you know my take on that. So.
Yeah, you better not say the moon. Hey, you better not say the moon made out of cheese. Oh, hold on, Lord. This guy thinks the moon is made out of cheese. Did you guys just hear that? The moon is not real. It's a light in the sky. Let me stop. Go ahead.
Again, I don't believe in space. I don't believe.
No way. No, I didn't expect that. No. Like, I knew the MAGA stuff, but I didn't expect this.
You don't think the moon landing was real?
Not at all. I believe that space is spiritual. I don't believe it's something physically.
Boy, you going somewhere else with it. Okay. Hold on. You wanna I wanna hear some of that. I ain't hear that before. We didn't talk about that. You said you believe space is spiritual.
I don't believe you.
Sheesh. I like that. I like how that sounds. I want you to elaborate, because I kinda like how it sounds, but I don't know where you're gonna go. I might disagree completely.
You know, I will say that because, you know, I had an experience once before. And you know, I had like a 2-day experience. Well, something came down, whatever, and gave me knowledge. Just it told me that we live in a simulation and stuff, and broke down certain things to me. And it was like astral plane, I guess that's what they call it. And I couldn't call it space.
Bro, I'm sorry. I was about to go take a bathroom break, but as soon as you said something came down, I was like, hold on, let me put my headphone back on.
Something came down like 2 days. It was 2 days, 2 nights in a row. Happened to me 2 nights in a row. The first night it took me up. I couldn't call it space. And then the second night it came again and gave me knowledge.
Do you believe that could have been you hallucinating?
Not at all.
Like you was this during a fight? You were weight drained. That's what it was.
I don't smoke or anything. I don't do drugs. So like something happened to me, But I looked it up and I found out about what it is. Astral plane.
Now, I firmly believe that there's so much that we don't understand as far as this planet goes. Some may call it woo. I believe there's so much that we don't know yet. Huh? Yeah, you never heard that?
Nah.
No? Okay, maybe it's a down south thing. I don't know. Just all things spiritual, that all things inexplicable, almost all things. There's so much that we don't understand, and some may call it the God of the gaps. That's where science couldn't step in at the time, so they attributed it to God. Like, for instance, at one point they believed that lightning was Thor being upset or something like that, or Zeus being upset. You know what I mean? Science hadn't evolved yet to be able to figure that out. There was a gap in our knowledge, collectively.
Yeah, well, you can't. I think to a certain culture of people, there was a gap in knowledge, and they just got to control and change everything.
Oh, hold on, huh? You sound like you. I know what you're trying to say. You gonna say it, or you want me to say it for you? Okay. Sound like he was trying to say them white people. That's what it sound. Sound like you was trying to say Europeans. They don't understand. That's what it sounded like you were trying to say.
Because again, one part of the Earth went through an ice age and was stuck at one point, and then but the other part of Earth didn't. So, I feel like a lot of stuff been here. I feel like we've been dumbed down over the years, but I feel like a lot of stuff been here for a long time. I feel like technology, a lot of stuff always have been here for a long time.
I agree. I think I know where you're going. I think you just missing just a little element of it, but I'm here. I just,
we've been like even Egypt, the pyramid. I've been to the pyramid.
Before it was called Egypt, yeah.
Yeah, before it was called Egypt, it came in. You know what I'm saying? It had
electricity.
It had electricity all through it. Yeah. So,
and if anybody's familiar with Tesla or the Tesla coil, so Nikola, yeah. Tesla, if anybody's familiar with Tesla, it shouldn't sound far fetched.
Yes.
All right. His machine was able to harness electricity from the air. Yeah. So it's not far fetched that people maybe 30 to 40,000 years ago, right, were able to actually do this. These are the people, by the way, that built the pyramids. I don't believe in aliens building the pyramids. So I don't rock with that at all. I think that is quote unquote white supremacy right there. You got the whole world believing aliens did it. Like nobody with brown skin can do it, bro. You kidding me, bro? Like so there. I see where you're going there. I feel like you be scared to talk a little bit. Like you kind of scared to talk, bro. I didn't expect that.
I don't want to go too deep. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you should. If you go too crazy, we'll reel you in.
But because I'm not sure what everybody believe, but I know.
You'll be surprised.
We live in a simulation.
I got to dumb down my conversations a lot.
Yeah, so
I know where you were going there. Yeah, I still don't got you on the law and on the law stuff and all that. The law, air, the maritime. I don't got you there, but I got your back on that one. And I backed you up on DeSantis earlier. Yeah.
No, I catch up on law meaning land, air, waters, the three jurisdictions of the universe. But
we talked about that on the other show a little bit, man. It was interesting, that's for sure.
But again, like I said, I don't believe in space. Because the information I got from the thing that gave me information, I couldn't call it space.
What was the thing?
I don't know. It just took me. I can't. I don't know what it was. It was just a peaceful bliss. I got to post on my Instagram,
bro. Man,
I'll send it to you one day. I got to post.
That sound like you had a almost life or death moment. Like, not tripping. It sounded like you was almost to the upper room and somebody was like, "It ain't your turn yet." That's what it sounded like. You die in your sleep and the game back or something.
Just peaceful because the thing happened 2 nights in a row. So the first I thought, wow, it was a crazy dream. Like, man, whatever, that was just it felt good. Like, that was crazy. But the next night came again. So that made me realize, like, damn, this is something giving you really really,
I think
give
the
me
mind is
information.
powerful. But hey, like I said, there's things we don't understand.
Yeah.
And when you believe in things you don't understand, that's when you suffer. You know what I mean?
I mean,
word
but
of Stevie Wonder.
the knowledge it gave me, you know, it gave me like it's incredible knowledge. Like it's like I'll send it to you. So I break it.
I appreciate it. So now we discussed India possibly or I'm not gonna say possibly. I actually do believe it. I think they did. I think they did. But y'all know
2023. Yeah, they may have figured it out.
You know Russia failed though.
What, to land on the moon?
Yeah, they tried.
Russia would never fall before India.
Russia failed
To land on the moon.
Yeah.
Like they haven't done it yet.
India did it before Russia.
No. Russia tried to do it. No. They tried to do it around the same time. India actually did it, and Russia's rocket blew up.
I'm here to tell you that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I believe what I believe Russia was testing a rocket. That's what I believe. I don't think they wanted to go to the moon. I think they wanted to test.
Yeah, I feel like Russia can make it to the moon if they wanted to make it to the moon.
I think they were testing a rocket. I think you're talking about the Germans.
So you think Russia said, "Hey, we was trying to go to the moon"?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got me. You got me. Wink, wink. Yeah.
Hey,
you missed the wink.
Trying to get to the moon. That's
yeah. I think Russia was testing rockets.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't think they cared about going to the moon because, like you said, they should know how to do that.
I have no doubt in my mind. Vladimir Putin and them have figured.
Soviet Union. You know, the Soviet Union and the U.S. was the space race, so they should. I think they were testing a rocket. That's what I believe. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know how
Good
y'all
for
feel
India,
about this.
man. They need to get those. I don't know what
That's India's one of the future superpowers,
is
man.
It mountain lions or they have some kind of big cat issue. Just in general.
Well, we call them mountain lions here in America. They call them jaguars, pumas, leopards. Yeah, they got leopards. Yeah, them boys.
Leopard issue.
Hey, I love big cats, man. I love big cats. If I can own a big cat, I would. I love big cats.
Clips of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's I guess population control.
Hey, yeah. Hey,
is that the Earth's way of like averaging that back out? Like, hey, we don't.
My man said, "Is that the Earth's way?"
You don't think? Hey, come on, man. Ecosystem.
There's a lot we don't understand.
The ecosystem cleans itself. Like, hey, send a horde of mosquitoes out over this way to wipe that stuff out. A horde of lotus over here.
That's funny.
We're gonna have famine over there. We gotta level this shit back out, man. Hey, population control.
Balance. Hey, my dog. hey, you know what that means?
I do.
Okay, true. Okay, true.
Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, he went to an African American school, Black History school as a little one.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, my boy said Ma'at. Y'all don't know what that is? Google it. MAAT. All right. All right. So moving right along, we talked about Russia blowing stuff up. Did y'all hear about Yevgeny Prigozhin? That's the former leader of Wagner. That was the military group that was marching on Russia. They was about to take over Russia. You remember that? They were marching on Russia. They were about to take over Russia. And for some reason, right when they about to enter the city, they stop. And then a month later, the guy gets blown up in an airplane. Yeah, Putin don't play. That boy he's an amazing chess player. You don't mess. Hey, that's how I know he's an amazing chess player. But how you pull that off, bro? But he dead a month later.
Yeah, very smart.
Yeah, don't mess with Putin, bro. Yeah. You don't stay leader for that long. I'm sorry, bro.
He's gonna get to you somehow,
bro. I saw his statement about it, bro. It seems so cold. I'm like, damn, bro, this guy, yeah. But he used to be his personal cook or something like that. Yeah, so he knew Buddy for a long time. Then Buddy moved into mercenary work, and that's why he was the head of Wagner. And yeah, dead a month later, bro.
Russia and Putin, I think they have more freedom. They're more, I like what Putin is doing. I like what Russia is doing. One thing about
you said they have more freedom. I don't think.
Yeah, I think so because
because they don't have a constitution. They just let me stop. Haul back like a mud.
Yeah. But no, I just think because if you look at even with Russia helped Cuba to
that was the Soviet Union, and I'm not saying Russia wouldn't do it because remember Russia helps political prisoners. Russia does a lot.
They help Africa.
I'm not a Russia hater. You got to know that I'm not a Russia hater at all.
I like Russia, and right now they're Africa now. They're helping them. They're helping Niger, whatever, deal with all the other countries deal with the French and stuff. So
not Nigeria.
Niger.
Oh, Niger. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so used to like when you say Nigeria, you say Niger. Yeah, Niger. So that threw me off. I'm sorry. My bad. I thought you were talking about Nigeria.
A lot of different countries, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Deal with they're paying their whole their bills off, paying their the debts off that they owe to other countries and stuff, and wiping debts free, and also helping.
It ain't free, and you know that's not. You know that's geopolitics. You know that ain't like.
You know, but at the same time,
I ain't mad at it.
What has Russia ever did? Russia was never inside the Berlin.
I don't want you to misunderstand me.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And again,
I don't disagree with what you
saying. This is the first time, and since we've been sitting here, that we all are on one accord. All right, because we've been disagreeing this whole time. Yeah. All right, but I don't disagree there.
Yeah, because Russia was never in the Berlin.
I don't disagree there.
Russia never split up Africa. So
the Soviet Union never did that.
Never did that. So
that's a fact.
When Russia So when Russia come in to help, I say give them a chance. And you know, because even like back in Nigeria, right? Like back in Nigeria, my family's from they're from Niger Delta, right? Russia. A lot of my cousins back home speak Russian because Russia gave scholarships out to Niger Delta area, or whatever, so people can leave Nigeria Russian. And which my cousins did and a lot of his friends did. So when I go back to Nigeria, a lot of them speak Russian, Pidgin, in our language, Ijo. So it's all together, but a lot of them they speak full Russian because Russia gave them a chance to go back and learn.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so exactly with free college and everything. Well, they got scholarships, right? They're not doing that here, but Russia's doing it. So again, I like Russia. Russia has always been good to Africa and always been good to people of So
I'm not mad at that because one of my favorite people historically is Fidel Castro.
Yeah,
and if it wasn't for the Soviet Union, which there are slight variations when you say Russia versus the Soviet Union, but they are still slight. They're slight. They're there, but I don't think it's enough for me to be like, you know what, that was a completely different time, completely different people. The proof is in the pudding. We got history to back it. And again, I think they've mainly had strong men leadership. Obviously, there's old money there as well, and there's always been that. But this situation in this country, you said this country earlier is a company. That's what you said.
It's a corporation.
Corporation. That's what you said. Same thing.
That's why if you look up the codes, the United States codes, corporation.
I go one step, maybe back. Maybe I step back a little bit, and I say this country is just run by corporations. Russia's not run by corporations. China's not run by corporations.
It's not at all.
They can operate differently.
And that's why, and that's a lot of stuff what's going on now. But a lot of this stuff, they all want to bash Russia because of what Russia is doing. Russia, like I said, Russia is more freedom. It's more freedom
for the people. You mean?
It's portrayed like it's not. See, another thing that Putin did, he got rid of GMOs. You can't sell no GMOs in his country. If you are, you're it's treason.
Can't do that in America.
You can die. You can die. No one can be caught selling any GMOs in his country.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing because people don't understand because GMOs are in America because the Food and Drug Administration.
And
it all ties back to each other. It's a corporation.
And I think you can't be racist in Russia too.
Yeah, so even for me being a boxer, you know what I'm saying, I got friends from Russia.
Roy Jones Jr. has dual citizenship.
Because Russia is from Russia?
Yep.
Because Russia is the people are great people in Russia. They love us. They love us in Russia. They love us. So it's just, I like what Putin doing. I like what Russia doing. So, and like I said, when I travel out to other countries and stuff, the foods are the best. It's best food because I know it's real food. It's not GMOs. It's not killing us. Here in America, the foods are killing us.
Yeah, you're not really MAGA, bro. You're not really MAGA. You green. You Green Party. I'm telling you, you're not MAGA for real, bro. Stop it. You're not MAGA.
I mean,
because you're against corporations. You don't like it.
I am.
You prefer strong leadership.
Yeah.
You prefer jobs in this country, and you just wanna you want to leave places alone. You ain't trying to go all over taking people's stuff and all that.
No.
Man, you don't vote for Cornel West.
I mean,
hey man, you Green Party, bro. That's what I'm on. You Green Party. You not MAGA, bro. MAGA means something. MAGA different, bro.
I mean, make America great.
Make America great again. That's wild, bro. I don't like the again part, bro. I think this country still can be. You know how young this place is? This country is really young, bro. This country is young. 270 something years old. I'm off a few. I might be off a few decades. Oh my gosh, man. Hey, man. We'll be here all night. We'll be here all night. We'll be here all night. Okay, so going from the plane crash, because we all agree Buddy was. I'm sure we all agree. I don't want to speak too much for y'all, but we all agree Buddy was killed, right? Or do y'all think it was a random? Okay. Okay, yeah. Buddy definitely was killed. And maybe because we spent a little time talking about Russia, but I think Europe is kind of going through it right now, bro. I think we're seeing the decline of European culture. This country being an extension of that.
Definitely.
I think we're starting to see the decline. It was a few good strong 100 years for sure, hundreds of years. I'm sorry. As far as prominence goes, it was a few strong. It was almost 1,000 years, I'll say, as far as prominence. Prominence. I mean prominence. I don't mean like existing, because obviously we know over across the pond been around a long time, but I mean prominence, bro. Prominence?
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't been over 1,000, bro. It's been about 1,000. It's been about 1,000 for dominance, bro. It's dying down now, bro. You know, they charging in some parts of Europe, they're charging tourists almost tourists. Sound like I said terrorists. They're charging tourists $7.70 to get in the country now. $7.70. Wow. A tourist tax, bro. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll come right back and talk. Hold that thought. We'll get right back into it after this quick break. All right. They're charging almost $8 to enter into a lot of these countries now, bro. Europe.
I'm okay with that, because that's a revenue generator. Like,
I'm just saying, what is that a sign of? They ain't never.
You might be struggling, but hey, we need to make more money because we're struggling. So you know what? All these people coming up in here, hey, y'all gonna start paying this toll.
Man,
now I have $8 billion more dollars or $8 billion more dollars, whatever that I didn't have before. Yeah,
Europe is they kind of struggling right now.
They charge you like that in DR?
Charge
like $10.
Yeah, no, 5 or 10,
like 5, 10, something.
I ain't been in a minute, bro.
Yeah,
something like that. They do charge a little bit. Yeah, and in a lot of these countries, they charge you to come in.
I'm okay with that though.
I don't have a problem with it either, but we're talking about Europe.
I'm still okay with it.
Those countries that do that usually are the poorer countries.
Okay, I'm still okay. It's still whether you're a rich country or poor country. I think you should charge if people coming up in your country.
I'm not mad at that.
I think the United States should probably do the same. Maybe they will. I'm surprised we haven't.
We might need to. Maybe that's how we pay for college loan debt.
Probably should have been doing it.
What's that?
Hey man, you want to come
because you claiming MAGA, I already know what you're gonna say. Because you claiming MAGA, I already know. That's the problem with claiming gangs. I already know.
That's a revenue generator. Mm-hmm. A whole nother stream of income for either the country or the state. Because if you make it like
creating jobs or what like that,
creates revenue.
I mean, if you're gonna create jobs behind it, then cool. But who's that money going to?
You could take.
It should go to making colleges free.
So you could
or childcare
healthcare, public transportation, roads.
I love that.
Trains.
In a lot of countries, healthcare is free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which this country is supposed to be that way.
Nah, you ain't MAGA, bro. Stop with this MAGA stuff, bro. You ain't MAGA, bro. You not MAGA. Stop it. My man just said you heard what he just said?
I know.
He not MAGA.
Nah.
The Constitution don't say that though. You just said bro, you not MAGA. You want to repeat what you said?
I mean, again, for me, I understand law. I studied this law stuff. I understand I understand law, and I just feel like from what I've been studying that we do have unlimited credits. We have unlimited credits. Like we're not supposed to be paying for like all this paying for rent or paying for different things in this country, because we already have that. We already have unlimited credits. Like our credit card.
Mm-hmm.
If you it's called the Cestui Trust of 1666. Cestui Trust of 1666. That's when you got to. That's again understanding the law. Once you understand the law, then you understand what trust is. You understand
what was the year?
1666. Cestui Trust. But
I don't think anything from back then should be valid, personally. But I think we're 2023.
Right, but it is, and that's why we go through. That's why we pay all these bills. That's why we're that's why healthcare isn't free here in America. Here in the United States,
you know why
it's not
I think
free.
It ain't free?
Why?
I think it ain't free because corporations.
Again, that's what it is. The corporations.
Okay.
But again, but
Green Party, bro.
But that belongs to us. But see that,
You
but
gotta wear a green hat now.
it belongs to us, the people. You know, and I don't mind wearing a green hat if it's about us getting back what's ours.
You gotta look into Cornell West, bro.
Yeah, Cornell West, the one got the fro with the fly from Philadelphia, from Philly.
Chicago, I think.
Yeah, I think
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, I always like them. I always like them.
Now, if I had to vote today, I'm voting Cornell West.
I mean, yeah.
Right now,
if that's what he's standing on, then yeah. But
he the closest thing to Martin Luther King.
Yeah. I mean, if he's gonna stand on something like that, then I'm definitely with it.
Listen, he stands on it so much that he had an opportunity to stay in the Obama circle,
right,
and be that man, be the guy in the Obama circle, right?
Said nah,
but he called them out for being fake. He did. So he risked his own self. You saw what happened to the Obama chef. I'm not insinuating, but I'm insinuating. I don't know. He died swimming in a shallow pond.
Supposedly.
That's why I said shallow. Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I seen House of Cards. I seen House of Cards, bro. I'm just. He ain't a baby, grown man, and he was their living chef at whatever. That's kind of conspiracy theory. But when you see things, it kind of feels like the Epstein stuff. Like they telling us he got killed when
everybody
part of the
story. They ain't giving us the whole thing.
Yeah, come on. But I agree completely. As I said before, I think corporations are the bane of existence. I think they're some of the worst. I think the greed that we see in this country is the worst. Yeah, I didn't want to say just regular greed because everybody got greed to an extent. Self-preservation is for sure.
That's a different type of
corporate greed is different.
Yeah,
it is. I can't disagree. At all. And it is what it is. But going back to Europe, kind of struggling or at least seeming stagnant. You got what is it? France. Going through it right now, bro. Yeah. You just talked about them being kicked out of a few places. Mali, I think Burkina Faso. They removed French as as one of the formal languages. Bro. Tons of countries have been asking for their stolen stuff back.
And again, they're getting rid of the British, the Franc. It's called the Franc.
Yeah, French money.
The French franc.
Bro, the world is changing right before our eyes. This is history. They just not talking about it a lot.
It is, but see, the thing is,
seat changing.
The national powers are losing their powers because people are finding out what's really going on.
And when you say national, you mean international powers, or okay?
Again, you're right. International powers, which is because the international powers really what runs corporation here in the United States.
I think it's the opposite. I think corporations run. The countries, bro. This country specifically.
The international corporation, the international.
What you want to say?
They run this corporation here in America, United States corporation. But
I can't disagree. I can't disagree fully because it started off as a business.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Even look up the United States, right? It has a Duns and Brad's number.
Duns and Bradstreet.
You see that?
Duns number they call it.
It has a Duns number. Look on Duns and Brad. It has a Duns number. Look up. State of Florida has a Duns number.
I can't argue that because
Nigeria has a Duns number. All these countries have been incorporated.
Well, that makes sense because they accept money, so that makes absolute sense. Yeah, countries accept money. Yeah,
exactly.
They have money. They have bank. Yeah, they have a specific credit line. Yeah, that's true.
It is a business. Who runs that? Who runs that corporation? That's when you got to understand what's really going on. That's when then that'll break down law. Especially here in
you love that law. You love that law. Boy, you gonna throw that in there as much as you can. Hey, let's get off that, man. Hey, did you hear about the nurse in the UK right now? She just got sentenced to, I believe, life. She was out there killing infants, bro. You heard what you think about that, bro?
Crazy story, man.
What you think of
how long was she doing that for?
Years. She was going after no discrimination. I tried to look up. I even looked up articles from over there and I read through them trying to figure out what these people are. But it's not America, so they don't focus that much on quote unquote race. I thought she was killing black babies.
They do in any place like that.
Any place what?
They got in Britain and stuff, and in Europe they do. Britain, I know, like Britain. In France, they focus on race, so-called race.
Yeah, but it's a different vibe than what we have here in this country. That's for sure. The vibe is different for sure.
Every time,
the Southern racism different.
Every time I've been in Paris, I had a problem with these people.
Really?
Every time.
Yeah.
So they focus on that, and like, but that's in like France and Britain.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Britain's not too pointless.
But my point, what I was trying to say is, I was trying to search whether they would include, because here they always say black man or white man.
Yeah.
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Really,
I don't see that there
because
they don't do bingo. That's all. That's all I'm saying. They don't do that there. That's what I meant. Obviously, there's racism. I get it. I'm leaning towards. I just don't know enough, so I'm not gonna say that.
I would hate
Can you imagine if it was all black babies?
I would hate
that. I haven't been able to find it.
It probably would be a bigger story if it was.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to find it.
It would hit your radar even that much.
Yeah.
More
killing only black babies.
Yeah. Trust me. It would be more emphasized.
Right. Yeah.
But I still think it's crazy just in general.
Yeah. Like they said that she went after this set of twins, and the dad said he felt weird. He feels like he knew something was up, but he didn't have any evidence or proof to do anything about it. And she went after them a second time. I think one of them died, and one has like lifelong issues now. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
Bro. Yes, the devil.
Life sentence.
Bro. And if you see her,
or death,
because we conditioned a certain way, you wouldn't think anything if you saw her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see why they was calling them devils back in the hey, bro. I digress. Yeah, she looks so sweet and innocent. All right, man. Hey, all right, so moving on, man. I think that, like I said, that cotton, the whole, I don't want to say race, but just that whole European, just dominated system is slowly coming to an end. But it is what it is. I like to see, like you talked about Africa. I like what I'm seeing there, even though I'm not from Africa as far as my family and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I know we all go back to Africa if you look far enough. I think I got some Nigerian. I think what am I, 20% or something like that? Something. I got similar DNA to the people in Nigeria or something like that. I don't know. Something 20. It's like 20. Maybe like 20% or something like that.
I don't believe in that. So I don't.
What you don't believe, bro? You don't, boy.
I just don't believe in that whole DNA stuff, and people don't say,
bro, all it is, it's simple. All they're doing is comparing. Like, okay, if we both spit in the cup, they compare the DNA in that. That's it. It ain't nothing special about it. It's just they compare it. Yeah, that's it. And what they did this thing called the Human Genome Project, where they went around the world collecting samples from people from all over. That's it. It just ended maybe 20 years ago or something like that. So they have a broad swath of information, right? They have a lot of information as far as genetic code. So what these companies do is they bought into that, right? So when you send in yours, they compare it to that database. That's it. It ain't like, because I remember a few years ago, people was like, oh, they trying to make clones, and they cloning Tyrone. I'm like, nah, it's just, it's a lot more simpler than that. It's just that we're not used to it. Whenever something new comes out, people were scared of the car when it first hit, but it is what it is. But like I was saying, salute to the continent. It's good to see them finally standing up. I love that personally. And man, why Nigeria? Why you think Nigeria didn't get accepted into the BRICS situation, man? And did they even you think they even tried or what?
I don't think they tried. The thing is, you see, even right now with Nigeria is breaking loose from France, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that pipeline running through their country, so that they can feed oil back to Europe, and so.
You're about to get starved, bro.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, what Nigeria is doing? Nigeria is taking not Nigeria. His name is Tinubu. He's the president.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to defend Britain against Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? And he's been saying they're invading Nigeria.
So he bought and paid for.
He's bought and paid for.
So there you go.
And he want to keep the dollar there. So one thing,
the pound.
No, the dollar.
Oh, the American dollar.
Yes, the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? The American, in the pound, but it's big there.
Mm-hmm.
It's big there.
Mm-hmm.
But they're trying to get rid of the
right
of all that.
Right. And Africa's trying to stand up. on some Gaddafi stuff. Africa's trying to stand up, bro.
But, so that's why Nigeria didn't get a whole BRICS thing, because they're still getting paid by the West.
Damn. I'm glad you said that. I was waiting for you to say that because that's why I wanted to go with it. Yeah. I think that's what it actually is. That's what it's about. Yeah, they don't want to get out of bed with the West.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. But hopefully, well, damn, I don't know. What would it look like for it to happen? Because he's the president. So is it going to be a situation where they kind of kick him out? Well, I mean, we know how that typically goes.
He's having problems.
Okay.
They even think right now, even election fraud. So
what?
Right now, so right now he's
having
problems even as president right now.
Okay.
So if he get kicked out right now, or if they find out that he committed fraud with election stuff, then he's going to be out anyway.
Okay. I love to see it, man. Yeah. Can you imagine if Nigeria said, "Nah, we standing up on our own, bro"?
And they need to.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nigeria's great. So much potential there. So much potential, man.
Country, great people.
So much potential. All right, man. We spent like over an hour on like politics and land, air, and water. My guy over here, bro. MAGA and all that.
Thank me later.
Good God. A good God. All right, so lighter. Let's get a little lighter, man. Well, maybe it's lighter. I guess it depends on how you think. But a little bit of sports, right? Jaylen Brown, right? You know that it is the Boston Celtics, the richest, the highest paid NBA player right now. Currently. Yeah, he's the highest paid right now. I got a little respect for him because he plays chess. I'm a big chess guy.
It'll change next year.
Yeah, it'll change for sure next year. But he played a game, an All-Star game for the Big Three, which is interesting. That's never happened. Active NBA players never played. Yeah. I think it was clearly support since Ice Cube was getting held down by the NBA and Adam Silver.
That's what he says.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like that.
That's what it
seems like that. When you got to go across the pond to play because the places here have frozen you out, supposedly. Yeah. That's according to him.
That's what he said.
Because he was fine. He was fine a few years ago.
Yeah, he said he feels like the league is the ones deliberately not supporting him.
I believe it.
But it was a big thing to see Jaylen Brown playing that. What he played in the Big Three All-Star game?
Mm-hmm. The All-Star game.
Yeah, which I don't know if it's going to help legitimize the league a little more because they're already playing with like former NBA players and stuff. So
right.
But I think it was a good.
I think it was open defiance, bro, and I rock with that.
I mean,
I'm not good with like leadership.
The reason I'm not going to say open defiance is I don't think there's anything that forbids Jaylen Brown from playing in that game.
Why haven't any other NBA players done it at all?
I think
it was an unwritten rule.
Maybe.
So that's what I mean by defiance.
I've never heard that, so that's why.
If Ice Cube never came out and said he believes that Adam Silver in the NBA is blackballing him, this would have never came up. Jaylen Brown would have never,
I mean, that maybe some truth to that. Whatever, he hadn't necessarily stated that, so
right.
I don't know. It's only speculation at this point.
Do you think it continues?
What?
We see more NBA players, active
currently,
players, since you said there's no rule, right?
Do you think we'll see
active NBA players? Do you think we can see them
active NBA
jumping in a game, just a random game
in the Big Three,
signed for a random game?
No.
Okay, you think this is it?
No, I don't think this is it, but I don't think it'll be a trend.
Okay, we'll see.
I can see it. I think it's it'll happen again, but not to the point where it becomes the norm.
I think the NBA is a business.
Yeah, like everything else. Same
thing. They're a major league, and they don't want no competition. And I think Ice Cube thought he was smart. He thought he can sneak in there, start with the Big Three, get some retired players.
Yeah,
and then I thought he was. I think he was trying to sneak in there.
I think that's a niche for him now.
Right. I hope so.
I think the retired NBA player thing is something he should continue doing.
And I like Ice Cube, by the way.
I don't know issue with Ice Cube. I'm a fan of Ice Cube too, but I'm just saying, like, if there was a niche for him with the Big Three, I think he's found it now, and he should continue doing it. I think as guys continue to retire, if they still want to play,
right?
The Big Three is an option,
right?
And it provides
definitely
something unique because it's 3-on-3 basketball.
For now.
Lastly, I'll say this: something they have that I think you're going to see the NBA actually incorporate is that four point line.
Yeah.
That they,
you think so?
Yeah, that's what happens. They steal from the upcoming.
We're gearing there,
like Apple.
So
I went to a game in Chicago, Big Three game in Chicago last year,
which game did you go to? Chicago versus who?
No, it was a Big Three game.
Oh, never mind. They don't do it like that. It's okay.
So
my bad.
I was in Chicago
my bad.
last year, and I went to one last year. And pretty good come out crowd for it.
So that was before the blackballing. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Another thing in sports that I wanted to touch on briefly: Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm calling this Sha'Carri's revenge, bro. Like she been balling. Like
she
what?
Won.
She been balling.
What a comeback!
Right. This is a hell of a comeback.
Congratulations wasn't as loud as the disrespect.
Right. That's very true. You know she's interesting because she's very. That's why I bring her up right after Jaylen Brown because they kind of won in the same by way of hear me out by way of
you have to elaborate
right. Listen because they're different. No, hear me out. One of the same in that energy, right? They have a certain energy, and their energy is you don't like me, I don't like you. All right, so, I'm banging against you for my people.
Why do you think people don't like Jaylen Brown? Let me ask you that.
Are you kidding me?
He's
an intellectual black man.
I think
he hoops for a living.
I think those two particular athletes are hated for very two different reasons.
Why do you think Sha'Carri's hated?
Because of what she looks like.
Why do you think Jaylen Brown's hated?
Because he's the highest paid NBA player.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think people hate Jaylen Brown because he's black. I think Sha'Carri Richardson probably gets a little more. They're not saying that nobody in the world hates Jaylen Brown.
I didn't say because he's black.
Okay.
Because of the things he stands for and the things he speaks up for.
I don't think he stands that loud, and I don't think he speaks that high. Like I don't think his voice is that loud where he's
Listen, Jaylen Brown is what Colin Kaepernick could have been. That's who he is.
How popular do you think Jaylen Brown is, bro?
You know he's the head of the he's
doesn't
one of
matter.
the. Why doesn't that matter?
Because
he's one of the leaders in the league.
Just because he's a president or a vice president of the Players
That's
Association.
big. You don't think that's big?
To the league, to the players in the league, yes. To the rest of the world,
no. That's all that matters.
No,
and he's the highest paid player
now. Yeah. It's not going to matter in 5 years.
You're talking about because he's not LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, bro.
No, that makes a difference.
Listen,
you can't be. Look, man.
Listen, Jaylen Brown
matters.
Listen, when Jaylen Brown was like, okay,
message matters,
bro.
Yes.
Bro, I just like people who are genuine. Again, I'm gonna rock with him because he's 100% genuine.
I'm not saying he's not genuine though. I'm just saying he's not.
He ain't the one. That's what you're saying. He ain't the one.
Pretty much.
Bro. So if LeBron was saying when he was, damn, that seems so messed. I just can't rock with that, bro.
That's just the way the world works.
Listen, okay. So Jaylen Brown, unabashedly, Jaylen Brown would stand up for people that look like him, right? No problems. He'll stand up no matter what deals he had. He stand up for his.
Okay.
Sha'Carri's the same way.
Yeah.
So that's why I compare the two of them. Sha'Carri is purposefully she'll only it depends what race it is, but she'll only give an interview to a black person.
I'm okay with that.
She'll walk right past the white reporters.
Okay.
That's the same energy I'm talking about. Not the fact, not how much money they got, not the game, not whether they're popular or not. The energy.
So Jaylen Brown doing that? No.
You seen Jaylen Brown's speech when he talked about after he got the money? You seen what he was talking? Did you see what he was talking about? I'm doing this because I want to donate and help black communities and help the black and the black, and I'm black and I'm black.
Sounds good.
Come on,
sounds good, right?
That energy.
It sounds good. Right. It sounds good.
I mean,
I don't have.
He been on this. Yeah, you hating on Jaylen Brown, bro. You don't like the Celtics? That's what it is.
Do you think the Celtics have a bunch of black fans? You know where the Celtics play? You watch Winning Time, right?
You know I ain't been watching. I ain't been watching basketball like that, bro. I will start watching. I'm gonna start watching more college football, man. Hey, man. I seen somebody say I'm gonna buy a Colorado Buffs sweater. I might not buy the sweater, but I'm gonna tune in.
They want to too.
I'm on Dion, man. Go ahead.
Shocking the world.
Prime.
Look, man.
Yes, he is. Another Florida boy, man. Come on, man.
Absolutely. I like Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's a good NBA player.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Highest paid player and all
you hating on Jaylen.
I'm just letting you know he's not the face of the league. And he probably
well, we know. I didn't say that.
No, but I'm just saying that stuff. Like Sha'Carri Richardson is probably going to be the face of track and field at some point.
It's not Noah Lyles?
If not Art, no. Sorry. That's the guy that was like, you can't be world champ.
And then the U.S. went ahead and lost after he said that. God.
With that being said,
why LeBron ain't play? Why Jaylen Brown ain't play?
He's almost 40. You know.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, how's Nigeria's track and field?
Nigeria, they're fast. They have a good. They're fast. They had a good track team, but they're not like America. They're not like America.
Okay.
They're not like America. I think America invests a lot of money into sports.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Nigeria don't. So it's where the money is.
Timmy Boo would say he's stealing all the money. Timmy Boo, let's get Timmy Boo.
All the politicians steal all the money in Nigeria, whatever. But that's because in Nigeria, in Nigeria to even be something big, you have to be a politician.
That's a shame.
And that's how it is. So, so they don't really invest a lot of money into their athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Or anything else.
And anything else. So it's all politicians. They keep all the money. So that's why Nigeria never have a great team. They have great athletes, but I don't have.
I'm about to say they do have great athletes.
Yeah.
So
You did say Timmy Boo was a puppet. That's what you said.
I mean, he is, but a lot of politicians are.
Mm. I can't disagree. You can't say it's an exception, then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you just said Nigeria. You just said Nigeria sucks in track and field. I get it. It is what it is.
He said sucks. I'm like, all that.
About America,
Yeah.
America has the best athletes.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The diversity that we face here, we built tough here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We built tough here. Other countries don't have to build that tough.
Right.
Nigeria is.
And see, I say a different type of tough though. Like like if you're from like Serbia or something, they fighting wars and stuff out there, so it's a different level of like tough. When I
say built tough, I think the diversity here in America.
Good point.
Would be so much tougher than what we facing.
Yeah, I just think it's different though. That's all.
It makes you a harder athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like to run.
It depends on the sport for sure.
I'm saying, yeah,
for sure.
It makes you just a hard athlete. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. America has some of the best athletes in the world.
That's for sure. Yeah. But that's because of the money. I think you're missing that aspect. That's because of the money
and the development.
That's because of money. That they can develop like that. Best trainers, that people are getting paid. Yeah. You can't subtract that from the money. But this has been long enough, bro. Now that we just got finished talking about track and field, it's about time we get to the finish line. All right. If y'all want to let the people know where to find y'all again, either one of y'all go ahead and start.
I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram at Joseph Elegele. Joseph JOSEPH ELEGELE JR. That's on Instagram. Same thing on TikTok.
Hey. In fact, let the people know you have fun, man. You have fun.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Come here and discuss with my guys, and just discussing what's going on in this world, discussing sports and whatever.
All right. I'll go ahead. Tell the people how to find you, Valle.
Man, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. My name on there is gonna be Mike MIC_7 SE7EN. That is Mike_7. Had a great time, man. I'm happy to be back, man. I can't wait to do it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And now, since you guys have their information, any hate that you may have for this episode, please address it towards these two fine gentlemen.
I don't want no static.
I said nothing. The thing about Hitler was not me. I know how my voice sounds.
Do not be coming up in my
Hey, I think he want to say something.
I'm with all the smoke.
Hey,
I'm with all the smoke.
I love it. Hey, but
Joseph say he wanted to smoke. Come up and none of my shit, man. Come up talking crazy. Hey, come up talking crazy to me. I'm blocking y'all.
Hey,
I'll let you know.
Yeah, this was the longest Scrap Metal Media. Gee, yeah, you would think this is the whole show, but I got other segments and stuff. It's all sophisticated and stuff like that. We was on some foolishness half the time. It was fun. Yeah. I had a fun time. I don't think I'll have to cut much out of it. But guys, my today people, like I said, this is going to be a common occurrence where I bring people on because one, you guys already know this show is all about one, it's a time capsule, right? From a human perspective. I'm not the only human. All right. And I'm not the only perspective. So bringing people on serves one, obviously I'm going to be 100% with y'all. That makes my job easier. But two, we're able to get different perspectives. And it also allows me to dive deeper on certain topics that maybe I wouldn't have before, obviously. So I love doing it. And I think we're going to keep doing it, man. It's fun. And it makes a way longer episode. So I got, it's more content for you guys to listen to and share with your friends and all that. Y'all already know how to do that. I've been saying it already for the last 29 episodes. So y'all should already know. I'm thinking I'm gonna name this episode maybe Chickens Coming Home to Roost or something like that. I don't know yet, but something like that, because we talked about a lot of situations, kind of boomeranging back, so to speak, or coming back or hitting people in the face. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed that trend of what we was talking about. Literally, if you go back, listen to the episode, everything we talked about could be related to Chickens Coming Home to Roost. Literally, think about it. Think about what we talked about. everything has an element of coming back. I be producing the show, y'all. I tell you, yeah, I be having fun, so we be talking, but everything lines up. But I had a great time, man. These gentlemen will definitely be back. Yeah, I mean,
Indeed.
hey, I really appreciate y'all showing up again. Thank you so much. Thank you. We
Appreciate you
here
having
late as
us.
hell. We about to go home and catch this fight. If I don't even know, maybe it's over already. I don't know. Hey, but definitely. We stick with us, man. The show is not over. This may sound like the end, but we moving right on to bet by bit, y'all. All right, we out. This ain't just a prediction. This is bet by bit. The bet by bit prediction of the day is AI tools that are currently being used to aid teachers in lesson planning and aid students in learning are not a good thing. Yeah, one can say at this moment that it makes jobs easier, lightens the load, but what does that mean for the future? I argue that just like we're seeing with Hollywood, where studios are subsidizing human talent for AI and justifying decreases for that. Same thing that happened in teaching. If a robot's doing most of your job as a teacher, why do I need to pay you more? And not only that, this may even usher in the future where we lose real teachers in classrooms. Why not just have holograms? Pre-recorded, this, federally mandated or something like that, or even if it's just in your specific state. We have an expert, a professional, record. All right, you just do a hologram in front of the class, hologram, small classrooms, no more than 10 students. Everybody's listening to a hologram. Why not do that then? Right now, I just feel like all these AI tools are, just companies trying to get there first, right? It's the gold rush as far as teaching goes. And all I'm saying is we might need to, slow down a little bit, just make sure we're not doing something that, has reversible consequences or irreversible consequences. Yeah. But that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Like I said before, there was a lot of ups and downs in regards to that, but a lot of nuanced conversation. I know me and those two guys were so different on a few of those points, and as far as ideologies go. So I know somebody out there got something from it. I know for a fact y'all did. All right. Just leave in the comments what you agreed with the most, what you disagreed with the most. I know it was some wild stuff said. It is what it is. No disrespect intended, but hit dogs holla. So take it for what it is, man. But tell us what you disagreed with. Tell us what you agreed with. All right. But you already know it is all love, and I'm speaking for those gentlemen as well. In regards to that, it is all love. We just want to improve the status of human society, right? And I think conversation is a way to do that. So conversation is what we'll have with more and more people. All right, until more and more people listen. Just leave it like that, all right? That's all I got for y'all, man. That's the end of the show. I'm good. It's been a long few weeks. It's been a long 2 or 3 days, actually, making this all work and putting it together. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out. Yeah. And we are just universes crashing. Just do your best to leave a mark. Also, subscribe, comment, and leave 5 stars. This is Wendy, signing off. Dear future robots, peace.